let's get this dog and pony show started. Hello. Welcome to Elite Dangus, the most Dangus place in the whole of Elite. And I am your host, Commander Spatula 007. Salute to you. Haha! I do love these new emotes. Hold on. I think my head's broken. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, how you doing today? You're here starting in Shinra Dejra, the most elite of the elite homes that you can be in space. And hello to Takoso, who is helping with the chat room testifications. You must test, or, you know, that's what science is about, right? It's about testing things. Testing my patience, for example. Anyway, how you guys doing on this fine Saturday? And Joe Schmalflor returning from Colonia in his fleet carrier today. Like, are you going to make the whole journey over the entire day? Because that is a long journey. Usually, I can't do Colonia in one sitting. I have to do it in legs. You got to do Colonia legs. You can't do it all at once, otherwise you're going to go insane. Well, unless you already are insane, in which case you don't need to worry about it. Then you're good. But yeah, as you can see in Shinrada, the NPCs always get stuck together. What is that beluga doing? He's just pushing this Type 9 out of the slot. They're probably going to blow up. Maybe let's just watch and we can explain, like, what we're going to do today and watch them blow up in the background. Actually, it looks like it's working. Like that. Oh, no, now they're stuck. Okay, let's line this up so you can see my ugly mug. So yeah, today on the stream, well, if you joined us a few weeks ago, oh yeah, Star Citizen's looking great today. However, this isn't Star Citizen. I think I'll do a Star Citizen stream soon, because I haven't played that in a very, very long time. And I have no idea what I'm doing, and that could be very enjoyable to watch. Yeah, that's right. Thumbs up. But yeah, so a couple weeks ago, we've been trying within the Spatula Dangu group to form a minor faction out of Dangus investigations. And so what we were doing was we had to, you know, there's a form that you have to fill out with all this, like, criteria that Frontier sets out, including secret criteria that's not listed in the form, damn it. We submitted the registration picking 3 systems. It was Tungus, Darku, and I can't even remember what the other one was. The party system. Unfortunately, all 3 of them were rejected, and the reason for that was you can only have a certain number of factions in a system. You can't have any player minor factions, and I think the superpower needs to be aligned, and Dangus Investigations is an independent faction. Lute is like, this isn't Star Citizen? Oh, bye. What, are you one of those folks that have moved on from Elite to Star Citizen permanently? I think there's no good reason not to go back and forth and enjoy both games. But anyway, I still haven't really found my enjoyment in Star Citizen. But like I said, I haven't played it in a really long time, and I'm sure it's probably better now, right? As Odyssey has gotten better with every update. Joe, you're saying you went to Colonia in 17 hours over the last 2 days to pick up 2 ships, and now heading back. Oh my God, that is quite the leg of journey. I would not do that in such a short period of time. You know, it's just like that's like that. I don't find like the jump thing to be a fun part of this game. When I'm going to explore, when I'm going to Colonia, I want to see the things along the way. I want to find interesting gas giants and poop on them. But anyway, so no, you hoser. Isn't this the Sims space update? Yeah, we're playing The Sims. This is the future of The Sims. And isn't it crazy that it's soon going to be through 308? Like, how the time flies. I guess, like, everything all started in the year 3000, so that's like 8 years now, right? Pretty crazy. But yeah, I think it's about damn time that Dangus had a home in the system. So anyway, I got the rejection letter, and then, you know, sort of reviewed a new set of systems, and I will give major credit to Commander Valor from our Patreons for putting together the data, for doing the work that hold on, we got some action happening back there. What's going on? Is that beluga gonna get out? It looks like they're doing it. They're doing it. Damn it! I was kind of hoping they would blow up. Is that mean? Is that wrong? I mean, happy endings, right? It all ended happily. But anyway, so I'll show you actually on a spreadsheet. Let me just pop this up here. But so Valor put together this spreadsheet. I just filtered things down, but if you actually remove the filters, there's like more than 253 systems that we found were eligible. And we looked at it from distance to Dangu, which is where we originally wanted to have the faction, but can't. Distance to Sol, the number of factions, it has to be less than 7 for us to get in. We looked at the government type, the allegiance, the does it form, which was a manual thing, right? To just go through, find systems with fun names, check them in the forum to see if they were even submittable, and then started looking at like interesting locations among them. And Dark Heavy 8 as well, who is our chief of intelligence in the faction, also did a lot of work in terms of looking at if they had rings, if they how far was the station away from the system. This was a complicated data exercise. Like, this is data science, man. We did some serious development work on this. And so, of course, I've narrowed it down to, you know, basically this set of systems that you see, which is 11 systems. Stubble-Lit-Shit, which is currently an independent theocracy, looks like it might be the best of the bunch, but the Waikula, Ragana, Pecolates, and Bidangu system, or Bidangu, I don't know, like, however you want to say it, tomato. These are also very viable candidates. And then, of course, we have the and then Supera, Macula, Briaspati, Dweezil, and the Chukchan system. Now, the Chukchan system, as we get there, we're going to find it might not be a candidate for reasons. But we're going to take a look at all of these, except for Kamar, because I'm never going to pronounce that. Now, of course, here we go. Party, Tungus, and Dargu. The main consideration is, does it form? If I type in the Wang system and nothing comes up, it goes, did you mean the Pang system? And you can submit it with the Pang system, but not with the Wang system. If you put the Wang system or the Want system, the submit button will gray out. You can't do that. It's impossible. So I used Down to Earth Astronomy's multi-waypoint planner, which is from the Commander's Toolbox, commanders-toolbox.com. A very useful tool where you can punch in all of the places you want to go, and it'll sort things, optimize based on distances. So this is what we're going to check out today. We're going to head out Dweezil, Regana, Bidangu, Chukchan, Briaspati, Macula, Pecolates, Supera, Waikulu, and Stubble-Lit-Shit. That's where we'll see how long this takes if we end the stream there, or if we just go kill some stuff at the end. But what is the point here? The point here is to find a place where Dangus investigations can call a home, can call their home base. So, without further ado, let's get to our ship and head to the first system on this galactic comb over. Combing the bubble. Again, recombing. It's a double comb. And then Phil Barnes is like, that's okay.
And I'm here in the voice.
You're never, there you go, hello Phil. You're never late with Dangus. We run on space time, which is like whatever time you want it to be. There's my Diamondback of Beauty. Love that red paint job. Makes it look faster. Joe's saying, my Anaconda took me 40 hours and my fleet carrier was faster at 17 hours. That is significantly faster. 40 hours. That's like a work week, you know? I'm not really going to cover the outfitting. I will just say that I did put a Guardian frameshift booster thing in here. And now my ship has a jump range of 62, which is pretty darn tootin'. So we can actually make it to Dweezil from, excuse me, from Shinrada in 4 jumps. Not bad at all. Let's go. Music can go down a touch. Okay, sorry. Always my audio mixing. Or actually, you know what? Maybe I'll just turn the microphone up, make myself louder, so you can still hear those sweet tunes. You do let me know if this mixing is better. I always have issues with audio. Let me just accept this team invite. If you do want to join the team, just shoot me a message in game. And we're out. The one thing about this Diamondback build is that the boost speed could be faster. I could have better systems recharge. I might go, but you know, this really the red rocket here. This is really my bubble hopper. You know, it's about jumping around the bubble, having the biggest jump range possible. having a fuel scoop so I don't have to stop, but what a nice little ship. It looks like a lobster. A little bit of lobster going on there. But very pretty. Oh, look at that, I got pumpkin decals. For the Americans, of course, this would be Thanksgiving weekend. So if you are an American, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your turkey time. Are there turkeys in space? Space turkeys? And then Joe, you're saying you're exploring each system as you go. Well, that's good, because yeah, like, I guess with the fleet carrier, you gotta wait 15 minutes between jumps, so you might as well. Check it out. Check out what the Cosmo's got. And you jumped 500 light years down before heading out. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, you kind of go off the beaten path so that you can make all the first discoveries. Find yourself a little Earth-like world you can call your home. And then 40 hours over 3.5 days. Wow. Yeah, I mean, like, that's kind of how I did my first few exploration jaunts, but my burnout rate is, like, super high after doing it that way. Like, I just don't want to play for months. And I'm already at a point where I'm like, okay, I pretty much play during the stream. I don't play that much during the week, and right now, I don't know, I'm giving it a bit of a break. I really did a lot when Odyssey was coming out. I'm kind of sick of that content now. Not all of it. I still like being able to, like, just get out of my ship and walk around, but you know, I'm just like taking my foot off the gas a little bit, and I'm sure in the new year I'll probably start playing it more. But I just played another game called 12 Minutes. If you never played that game, it's a little puzzle game. Pretty interesting, little time loop game with some celebrity voice acting. Willem Dafoe voices one of the characters. Fantastic actor. And that is a little, like, you know, it's like, I think it was like $12 or something, and you get about, you know, maximum 12 hours to play out of it. Really, it's like a 4-hour game. But a neat little time loop game. And then, what the hell was the other one that I started playing? It was called Inscription. And a friend of mine just recommended that to me last night. I just dabbled in it a little bit. And it's kind of like a deck-building card game with a bizarre meta layer to it. And I was enjoying that. But, you know, still playing Elite, almost 8 years after launch. For me, it's, I guess, like, I didn't start playing Elite until about a year after it was out, so I would say, like, yeah, I've been playing for about 7 years in this cosmos, in this dark, inky blackness. Which, you know, not a lot of games can claim that. How long have you been playing this, Phil? Because you came in a little bit later after I did.
I think about 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
2 or 3.
Say 3. But I played for 4,500 hours since then. Yeah, crazy.
It's crazy how Elite does just, like, suck up your life. But, like, how many other games have you played for, like, over 2 years?
Probably a lot of games.
Yeah?
I can't really keep track, yeah, you know, but I keep switching games. Can't get stuck too long in one place, you know, you gotta mix it up.
Yeah, no, I definitely, like, there's games that I'll play for years and years. I'll keep going back to, like, the Fallout series. I'd play Skyrim again one day, I'm sure, when they release another version of the damn game. Are we here?
A new one just came out, right? Skyrim.
Oh, did they release another version of Skyrim?
The 10-year anniversary or whatever, yeah.
Of course. And that's a game where like there's so many mods that you can play that game a million times and have a different experience. Skyrim.
I did play Guild Wars 2 for 9,000 hours.
Oh my god! Wow, that's pretty good. Yeah, but it's like, you know, it's like, you know, when you're playing a game for you're like, let's say you pay $50 for a game, but you're playing it for 7 years. I mean, that's a good game. Alright, so we are here in the Dweezil system. So I think the best thing is probably to scan, not with that scanner, with this scanner. And we'll take a look at the first candidate system. So the criteria for these systems are basically, does it have a kind of funny name or something that's fun to say? Does it have interesting locations? Does it match with all the different criteria that Frontier put there? And is there stuff in it, right? Like, we do want a backwater system, but we don't want, like, you know, something where you can't do anything when you get there. So we're gonna like, you know, we've kind of evaluated them on a form, but like nothing speaks like checking it out for yourself. You gotta go see what's going on with your own 2 eyes. Although some say you don't need eyes to see where we're going. But you don't listen to those people. Nadaitwa Cultivation Center? Nadaitwa?
No idea.
So we got Forrester Obertol. You're the man now, dog. That is a Finding Forrester reference. which is a very relevant reference these days. So it looks like we got a lot of rocky bodies here. A lot of human settlements in Dweezil. A lot of signal sources as well. I wish you could like toggle those off when you're scanning a system if you just want to see the planets kind of thing. Something there, hold on. 2 outposts, 2 planetary ports, no starports. So there should be a starport here. It just might be on a ground station. Because when I was looking, what I did was I went to Inara and used Inara to review what was in each system. And I was looking that like each system that made it to the shortlist needed to have at least a shipyard somewhere. But I do know a couple of the systems, the shipyard was like planetary only. Which I'd be okay with, just as long as like you have a system where you can bring your ships over. Because if it is the home system, that's where I want to keep my fleet.
And I mean, starport like Coriolis stations and stuff, not shipyard.
Yes.
There's no Coriolis or similar, but there are probably going to be some planetary ports with shipyards, yeah.
So there was a condition that the system has to have a starport, but I'm interpreting that as like it just has to have like an outpost at the very least. I mean, we could get rejected again. We'll probably get rejected again, but you know what? That's fine, because 3 times the charm. Okay,
I think starport is the word used for actually the large stations, so...
Uh-oh. Then we're never going to find a station. So cool, we got Force Orbital, we got Archangel Sky Station, and then we've got a few landable planets here. Unfortunately, nothing with an atmosphere, so that's kind of like, there's not going to be any biologicals in these systems. However, lots of human settlements to look at. And the easiest way to do this is just from our points of interest here. So you can see here again, these are all the landfill planets and their types. And we have Guth Landing and Ozane Settlement. Now Guth, I believe, is the one that has the starport. Guth Landing has a shipyard, yes. So Guth Landing, I don't know, like, yeah, like, would this count, right? We could get rejected on this system, but other than... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to go that far back. Spatula, can you make a suggestion for the home system? Absolutely. That's why I'm doing these streams, so that everyone, you know, if you've got something good that we missed, then absolutely, I want to review all the options. Because once we get in there, you know, any... you know, once a faction is in there, like, you know, I think the trouble is finding the right home that you can go that fits all these layers and layers of criteria where you have to use third-party tools and Excel documents to sort. But once you get in there, then it's like a painful process of like background simulation, right? So I want to get the home system, you know, I want everyone to feel excited about the home system and not be like, this is a shithole, when can we leave? Because like leaving might be a long, arduous process. So if you have suggestions, absolutely throw them in the chat, and I will add them to the list if I can, if they qualify. We have to check them through many, many different filters. That is the Frontier way. And then Joe, you're saying you just got home earlier this month from your 1 million light year 11-month exploration trip. Yeah, I remember you talking about that, and that was quite a long trip. That's why I'm so in awe that you're able to then just go to Colonia after that. Like, I would be totally burned out after that big trip. But yeah, so what do we got in this system? We got Stelma's Nursery, Thor Dorson Prospecting Platform, Shimizu Extraction Station, Shi Prospecting Complex, Pack Mining Site, Okiro Mining Installation, Nadaithwa Cultivation Center, Morgan Chemical, Mensa Mining, Embarga Industrial Works, My Baroda Dredging Facility, the Lawler Extraction Territory, the Kaiser Excavation Complex, Kaba Mining, Hoffman Industrial, Herman Extraction, Guzman Dredging, Grinchenko Excavation Base, Gibbs Territories, Fujimoto Metallurgic Enterprise, Fisher's Find, that's kind of like Fisherman's Friend, the little lozenge that you get when you're sick. Faconti extraction process, Dawes Prospect, Collinson manufacturing installation, Cesari mining pub, or Kaiseri, depending on how you pronounce that. Bourne nutrition base. So I guess after Jason Bourne rediscovered his identity, quit being a spy and became a chef or a diet consultant. Bawa industrial facility, Armstrong excavation complex, like Neil Armstrong. This is where we excavate Neil Armstrong's bones. Araya Cultivation Holding. So, it's got a couple interesting locations, but overall, McKay, Thompson, Hirshoff, and Awers are as well are the depots. Which, like, I guess these are, like, places that aren't Odyssey. They're, like, Horizon places. Like a mining settlement. I'm sure that's where, like, you can do missions to, like, steal the data and all that sort of stuff.
All the blue ones are Odyssey Settlement. There's a
right.
Odyssey Settlement title there above, right?
Yeah, they're like the blue Odyssey settlements. Yeah, they literally call them Odyssey settlements. Yeah. That's so in-game, right?
Indeed.
What's up, Guru? How you doing?
That's cool... Guru here. Famous Guru.
The famous Guru. Yeah, I do love Guru's content. But yeah, I mean, this is like, it's got a little asteroid belt, but there's no gastrites, no mining here. Are there any installations? Because installations do not show up on the map. So another thing we want to look for is just anything like a space bar. A space bar would definitely be a checkbox in my book for I want to live here. So we have the Primary Trade Authority, which sounds like the Merchant Guild. Yeah, I don't know. This and the Galactic Health Commission. So we've got a hospital and a trade post. Not that much of an interesting system. So I don't know. Rate duel on a scale of 1 to 10. How would you feel about that? That is like, I don't know. For me, this is like a 4. It's got a cool name, Dweezil or Dweezil. I don't know how you pronounce that, but I don't know. It's also one thing we also want to consider is where is it in the bubble? So the Dweezil system is not even in the bubble really. It's sort of on the edge of the bubble, which is cool. You can see here, I've got systems colored for, I believe it is like economy or something like that, but anywhere that you see in gray, there's no humans. So you can see here, just a few galactic blocks away, the human systems stop. It is in the middle of nowhere. So that's kind of going against it, but still relatively close to Dangu. Probably too far away, like, yeah, 115 light years away. It would take a while to expand a faction there, so at the end of the day, we may have to just give up on Dangu. But what else is it nearby? Are there any interesting systems nearby? Karkamane, Shurshman, this is a very unpronounceable sector, to be honest. Lulas, I can pronounce that. Shashtam, Kwawakwanga. I like the sound of that one. Kwawakawanga. And the Chai Man. He likes his chai tea lattes so much that he created a system just for chai. You're chilling, Commander Guru. I'm getting this system. This sector is so unpronounceable that I can't even pronounce. Oh look, Canada. That's like Canada. The Canada system. That's kind of cool. That's also independent. And how far is it away? 15 light years? That is an expandable system. That said, it's like, I don't know. It's also not called Canada. It's Canada. I wonder, is there a Canada system? Well, no, not Canada. Canada. No, there is no Canada system. Space Canada was annexed. But I'd say, like, yeah, Dweezil I'd say is like a 4 out of 10. Like, I wouldn't be super happy if we had to go there. Alright, so let's try the next one on the list, which is the Regana system. And we're not far away.
Sadly, there's 7 factions in Canada, so...
Ah. Well, I mean, that's only for the starting location. So once you get your faction in there, we could always, like, you know, try and influence the... Dark Heavy's really the expert in this, but, like I assume that you could, like, cause a faction in that system to retreat and then grow yours into there somehow. Through magic? Through BGS magic? RNGesus? Help me?
That's true, yes.
Something like that. But but in terms of, like, placing your minor faction's home system, there can't be another player faction, and you can't have more than 6 factions. If it's 7 factions, it full. It don't need no more turkey dinner. And you've always been a fan of System of the Outskirts, Commander Guru. I agree. And I kind of want my faction to be living in a backwater. In fact, like, the last system that we go to, which I think is probably going to be the #1 candidate, we looked at the system traffic and nobody goes there. Perfect. Out of the way, totally ours. No one ever needs to concern themselves. And let me just catch up with the chat here. We live on the edge of the bubble and it takes care of itself 95% of the time. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing too, like, when you're out there in the middle fighting with all the other player factions, it's going to be VGS madness. You're always going to be having to defend your faction, but, like, you know, out on the outskirts, you're good. And not being right by a really active player faction makes life easier. Yeah, exactly. Signing off, Joe's Thanksgiving dinner #2 is today. Oh, damn, you must be stuffed. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, though. Thanks for joining. And then, am I going to make another Raxla video? So yeah, I mean, I've been doing, like, weekly streams for the last little bit, but I've got sort of the next video series plotted out in my mind. I'm going to go with kind of like a James Bond theme, which I don't want to spoil too much of, but I will be doing, like, more story videos. I'm probably going to wait till the end of the new year, just because I've been busy with work, and I'm building a screenplay and all that sort of stuff, so it's just kind of left a, like, very low amount of time for editing, and then, like, I haven't really been playing that much. So I figured, well, I'll keep up the weekly streams and then, you know, kind of work out a plan for the next videos. But I do intend to do more, like, conspiracy videos as well, of just random one-off, like, fake mysteries that I make up out of my butthole. But anyway, let's just take a quick look around the area around Regana. So Regana is another candidate. Now, this one I think has a little bit more of an interesting sort of neighborhood, if you will call it that. We've got the Pingul system, which sounds like a demon penguin, which is kind of cool. That's never been done before. Maker, the Maker system, that's cool. Hlokasas and the Wolgu system, which, like, that's cool. Basusiku, Makhang, Gazani, Digerato, the Zaka system, Maddigenesis. Like, interesting. The Fang system's over here. Like, I like the neighborhood. So let's go check out what Regana is like on the inside. I didn't mean for that to sound like entendre, but I kind of did. So Commander Grow, you just want a PMF in deep space on an asteroid base. That would be cool. And I was wondering, yeah, like, could we go to, like, the California Nebula and maybe just, like, find some backwater out there? Unfortunately, when you add the player, one of the sort of rules that Frontier layers on is it has to be within 500 light years of Sol. So you can't really go out bubble. You can't have Colonia factions. You can't do anything, basically. And then they don't give you any tools to, like, help you find systems, so you have to do all this work yourself. You can only submit 3 systems at a time, and then they review it pretty quickly. Like, they reviewed it within a week and rejected it. So now I'm on, like, 2 rejections. One was for, the first one was a rejection because my description referenced a name. So, like, again, layers on layers on layers. You really, it's just like a trial and error thing. But hopefully we'll get it this time. I hope so. But, you know, I mean, like I was never super, like, I'm a big Bond fan, by the way. On many streams I've devolved into just talking about James Bond because I love that series so much. All of them, all of the Bond movies, except for Never Say Never Again, because we never speak of that one. Excuse me. Anyway, it would be cool to have, like, an asteroid base, but I feel like, you know, again, the cooler the system is, the less likely at this point that you're going to get it. Like, once we narrowed down all of the criteria that we had to consider, we ended up with a short list of, like, 400 systems, but many of them were not even eligible once you go into them. They go, oh, this doesn't have a starport. Oh, this one has too many factions, right? I'd be willing to bet, like, 5 years from now, you won't be able to register a player minor faction, because if an existing player minor faction spreads to 52 systems, no one can start at those 52 systems, right? Now, to be fair, I'm being a little stubborn. I refuse to not be an independent anarchy. Like, I won't change my government type unless I absolutely have to. So there are conditions that I'm layering on which make it more difficult. Like, if you just wanted a PMF, you didn't care, you could just submit it and just match your government with a system that, you know, qualifies. But it is a lot of work to get in there. So, you know, you really gotta want it. So, fortunately, this system looks to be already scanned. What is that? Where are you? Oh, it's the Ptolemy. That's your fleet carrier, Phil.
Yes, it's my fleet carrier. I'm gonna switch ships.
Hold on a second. I'm seeing another fleet carrier in the system potentially.
Yeah, I saw there was actually 2 other fleet carriers belonging to the same squadron, so that's kind of maybe bad news.
Uh-oh.
I did some research on the squadron. They only have 9 members and have been active for about a year, but they don't have an official home system. But they do have an unofficial home system, but they don't mention which one it is. So
interesting. So that could be bad news. But okay, so let's see what we got here. We got a couple landable planets here, but they're, you know, no atmosphere. Silicate vapor geysers. Geysers are always cool. You can see from this screen as well that, yeah, they have geologicals, which would mean, you know, vents or something, but only 2. I guess that's 2 types of geological. So one could be like fumaroles, the other one could be geysers as an example, right? Bunch of stuff there. If you're into the grind, then that'll help you determine. So we got a lot of moons here. They all look pretty like, you know, generic rocky moons. That one looks kind of interesting. Can I zoom in on that? At least some textures there we got going on. And we've got, what, 3 gas giants. We do have Sugi Station. Okay, I like that name. Sugi Station. What services do you have? All of the services, which is wonderful. Ooh, a lot of prohibitions. They don't allow landmines here. Why not? No bootleg liquor? Oh, okay, no. Screw this. Well, I mean, okay. Technically speaking, I guess if our faction takes over because we are anarchy, we can throw a system into anarchy, and then everything will be legal. The way it should be in space. But yeah, here we got a couple other carriers, and they're out by this, Regana 6. Now, Regana 6 is a non-landable planet, but it does have rings. And in those rings, there are metal-rich rings. And so maybe there's some good mining spots out there. So, I don't know, let's head to Regana 6 and just scout out the mining potential. Because another thing is, like, if the system has good mining, then we can make some money. And that is not too far away, 2,000 light seconds. I'm down with that.
There also appears to be an Empire capital ship here.
An Empire capital ship? What?
Yeah, it's listed as an installation in the nav panel.
Ah, so they don't show up on the map. Sneaky, sneaky. Okay, so first of all, there's ethical mathematic innovations. That's interesting.
I love it.
The ethics of math. It's like, should we divide this by 0? We must first understand what is the impact, the psychological impact of dividing by 0. How many people will we kill? Is this even ethical? Let's see here. Capital Immigration Authority. So there's like a refugee sort of station there. A Samson class hauler. So we do have a mega ship. That's cool. And yeah, an Empire capital ship. Interesting. Let's go check it out. After we check out just Regana 6, look at the rings, see what we got there. But yeah, I mean, definitely the presence of installations is also a big influence for me. Like, because now there actually is gameplay with them. You can sit by them and wait for them to be attacked, and then either join the attackers or defend them, which is kind of a cool thing. If you haven't done that, like those little events or whatever, it definitely makes those facilities more worth checking out than just like, oh, they're pretty. Dagus saying it would be cool to get a PMF on a fleet carrier so you can fly it off in the wilds. And yeah, I agree. I think like I'd like to see like a base building seeding thing where like, yeah, you could just go start a base or insert your faction in the base in game, as opposed to on a complex form that you have to do an application for a player group on a separate form, and then when that gets approved, you can apply for a player minor faction, and then when that gets rejected 3 times, you can reapply and hopefully get in. Like, you know, it's kind of like, it would be cool if in game you could just like, you know, seed a base or go take over a base and, you know, spread your faction within the game and apply for your faction in the game, and of course be able to go out and colonize the cosmos. I think that'd be awesome. And maybe that's, I don't know, maybe that'll happen at one point or another, but don't hold your breath. Star Citizen will be, done by then. So, okay, we got some Hazres here. That's very good news. And look at that. I think, Phil, I see you scanning the rings.
Yes.
That's awesome. Oh, low temperature diamonds. Tritium. Alexandrite. This is a pretty good ring system. Bromolite. Yeah, so LTDs, does it have... so tritium is carrier fuel, and that's always good. That's good for the carrier people, so they can refuel here. Does it have overlapping LTD spots? That's the next question. No. It has a low temperature diamond Alexandrite overlap. How about over here? LTDs and bromolite. So, a pretty decent ring system. If it had... Oh, dude, terraforming probes? That would be awesome. If you could, like, start terraforming on a planet and then have to, like, seed it through... You know, you have to keep going back, and every 2 weeks dump some chemicals into the sky, and over time turn, like, a terraformable world into a real Earth-like. That would be super cool. And yeah, like, if it would take months and months and months, right? Or like, you know, if people worked together and delivered resources, maybe you could turn those months into, like, a few weeks. But I love the idea of, like, expanding the bubble through player actions, right? And oh, look, the Empire Cap ship is actually here, this little ringed system, so we can go check it out without having to go far. That's awesome. Is it in the rings? Where are you at? I think it's... Oh, here it is. Yeah, let's go check it out. I haven't seen a capital ship in a while. I wonder, compared to... I wish you could have a fleet carrier to capital ship in the same instance, like a comparison to see which one's bigger. What do you think, Phil? Are the fleet carriers bigger than the cap ships?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. But I have no idea.
It seemed like it. But I haven't seen one in a while. 9 members, 440 days ago, Mercenary Squadron roleplay. What's that? TRPM?
The 2 fleet carriers in the system. That's the squadron.
Oh, is this in dry dock? Oh, there's 2 of them here. Oh, this is like a little, I guess like a base for them. Cool. Let me do data link scan. I guess that didn't work. Module can only be used in Super Cruise. Oh wait, because I'm doing my D-scan. Yeah, these capital ships, the Imperial ones, are pretty sleek. I definitely love... these dry docks, I don't know when they added them, but they're very rare. I don't find them that often. This is always a treat to see a capital ship actually, like, docked up. I think we are actually upside down, looking at its bottom. I do love the little circle ring, and I wonder, like, does it rotate to create, like, artificial gravity? Is that the point of that, like, circular ring, or is it just cosmetics? Ooh, okay, so it looks like this ship has actually been in a scuffle, as you can tell by all the burn marks. That's why it's here at the dry dock repairing, and oops, sorry about that. Hey, look. Can I get in here? See, look at this. The capital ship has, like, a door that's, like, almost big enough to fit a Diamondback. Not quite. Uh-oh. I'm stuck. Okay, landing gear. Helpful hint, if you ever get stuck in a hole, deploy landing gear. Hi, Phil. Oh, you're in your Beluga.
Yes.
I mean, the Beluga is a huge ship, and then, like, you can really see the scale of how much bigger a capital ship is when you compare at least that. But these Imperial ships are good. Yeah, let me turn my lights on. Lights on, please. Let's get a good look at this puppy. Very, very Star Wars, the capital ships. Remind me of those, like, Imperial Star Destroyers and whatnot. This, I assume, is the bridge, though it doesn't look like they've really gussied it up. Kind of looks a little bit barren. But maybe one day. They are adding ship interiors for fleet carriers. Or at least, like, similar to what they have on stations, right? So that is coming in a future update. Interesting. So yeah, I guess this must rotate and create artificial G, because as you can see, like, the ground is there, like where that green grass is. And maybe there's like apartment buildings all along the side. But that's kind of cool. It's like a mini station ring, right? Leave it to the Imperials to have like swimming pools, like more swimming pools than like a Holiday Inn. Ow, 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 ow. But yeah, that's cool. I like capital ships. So I don't know, Regina, I would say, you know, it's got a capital ship, it's got a pretty decent ring set, and a capital dry dock, no less. It's got a couple, you know, cool locations otherwise. I didn't look at, like, the names of, like, ground facilities. Let's check it out. Bump, 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 bump. So yeah, in terms of, we have a Coriolis here, Sugi Station, which is a pretty fun name, and Dornier Orbital, if you want more, if you want to slum it. Coddington Point, that sounds very British. That's also a ground-based facility. What planet is that on? Oh, it's on one of the gas giant moons. Gas giants themselves, not super pretty, kind of plain looking, but it's okay. So, we do have Hand Penal Colony here, and I find that absolutely hilarious. The Hand Penal Colony. This is where any bad hands go to get rehabilitated. And then Forscal's Progress. So a lot of different non-Odyssey settlements. And then in terms of Odyssey, just a ton. I'll make Military Basin's Fort, Bella's Jack, Astrophysics, Bogaki. Bogaki sounds fun. Chabras, Chapman, Close Institution. How close? Well, it's closer than Regina 4D, that's for sure. Frank's Birth. Golub Service, that's a fun one. Golub. So, yeah, quite a lot of stuff to do. Matsumoto's Bastion. Panchenko. The Petite Armory. It's probably very large, and they're just saying that to, like, for, like, you know, espionage purposes. Yeah, so I would say, I'd call this maybe, Regina's maybe like a 6 out of 10. Pretty good potential. I wouldn't be devastated if this was the only place we could go, but probably not my top pick. But Regina, we'll make a mental note that that's a decent one. All right, Phil, do you think there's anything else interesting, worthwhile? You see anything cool in the system that we should check out?
No, I think you got most of it.
All right. Let me see here. Oh, what up? 07. Haven't been in my Beluga for... Oh, that's you. Yeah, the Beluga's cozy.
Me, yeah.
Cozy. It's pretty big. Like, I don't know, cozy, I'm gonna do. It's, cozy like a... It's cavernous.
It has like a soothing engine sound, and everything is just soft and cozy, loungy.
It makes me feel so small when I'm in the cockpit, because, like, there's so much room there. Okay, so the Dangu system is another interesting candidate. I think this one was one of our sort of medium picks. Like, definitely might be a solid number 2 or number 3, but we'll see when we get there. Now, in terms of where it's located, the neighborhood, it seems to be kind of like a little bit further. Like, it's not a packed area. We've got Lexo Vit over here. We've got Tijuan, Brula Bidigera, and Kunjaban, and Sambua. But it almost feels like the systems here are kind of far apart. In terms of location, that is a little bit closer to Yoru, which is one of the engineers. Close to the Shapshugabus system. How far away from it is Dangu? Where is Dangu? I think it's closer to Dongwang than it is to Dangu. So again, we're still very, we're getting further and further away. And as you can see, it is, again, very close to the outskirts of the bubble, which is not a bad thing, because we do want kind of like a backwater that nobody goes to. All right, well, let's head over and check it out. So I would say, like, oh, why can't I do... Oh, I have to close my hard points. I would definitely be, I lost my train of thought. Sorry, I would say, like, yeah, Regina right now is the best system we visited. Be careful, the heated pool in the back will spill under the high G turns. Ugh! And you imagine too, I'm afraid of warm water because of brain-eating amoebas. I don't know if you know about brain-eating amoebas, but they exist in warm waters. So if you ever find like warm, still water, don't go in it because there's a very small chance there's a brain-eating amoeba. And if you get one, you'll die, and there's no cure because they eat your brain. You have been warned. This is warm water swimming tips with Commander Spatula. But brain-eating amoebas, it's a scary shit. Don't Google it if you don't want to be scared. So 2 jumps to be Dangu. So there. And there's Dark Heavy in the chat. Hopefully you enjoyed your family dinners. Again, this is American Thanksgiving weekend, so, you know, Black Friday sales and all that madness, and then eating turkey and all that stuff. In Space Canada, we do our Thanksgiving a month earlier. Why? Because of the damn winter. Pumpkin season, pumpkins are all dead by this point of the year. They've all been, it makes sense too, because, like, you also have Halloween in October, so it's like, you do all your pumpkin stuff, and then after Halloween, everyone just leaves their pumpkins out to rot. You're not going to make pumpkin pie out of a rotten Halloween pumpkin. Unless, I don't know, unless you're into that. I'm not going to judge you for it. Actually, yeah, I will. Okay, so we're in the Arawala system. And it's only 7 light years to Dangu. 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 If I could only just get rid of that I, that would be a really good name. Dangu. It's like the Dangu system, but a state of being. Alright. So yeah, I think the neighborhood on this one is a little bit like lower than Regana, but maybe Regana also has Hand Penal Colony, which is a funny name. But what does the Dangu system have to offer? Once you get in, it's Papa Scan, Papa Squat, Papa Scan. So we have lots of belt clusters. We got lots of facilities. Scarlet Pond Gardens. That sounds lovely. Old Stream Steading. Sounds like a prospector thing. So lots of facilities here. Eden Heights is another one. That sounds like a schmaltzy 80s television sitcom about like college kids on a cruise ship. What else we got here? Dogo Military Bastion. That's an interesting one. Lobo Medical. Yeah, lobotomy. Hello. Fox Installation. That's cool. Like Fox Mulder. And Gent Orbital. What a lovely station name. Gent Orbital. We'll just head in the direction there. If you're a gentleman, you may dock. And if you're a gentlewoman, you may also dock. But if you like it rough, Kirby Port. So for those the fan of the ever-eating ghost that consumes the world, Kirby has his own port. That's cool. Chook. So lots of... I do hate kind of how these... the list will resort as I get closer and closer to other things. So overall, looks like, you know, there's a lot of stuff to do here. It does have resource mining. Let's check out the Gal map. So, interesting. This gas giant looks quite cool. So this is a gas giant with water-based life, and you can see the water creatures there, because that's what I guess those dots represent, but that's a cool looking gas giant. That one's kind of like a little bit of a bland Saturn. Susan Saturn. And then we got another gas giant here, but no individual landable planets. Lots of moons, though. Couple with some interesting textures, but that one looks cool. Right by Gent Orbital. And oh, look at that. We do have some atmospheric moons here, so that is definitely a plus here, is that we could go get some nice sunsets. And cool enough, if you actually go on the Gal map and you just circle this around, and you line it up with the sun, you can get a hint at what the atmosphere will look like at sunset. So you can see there, this one will be like a red sunset. We'll go to this one and see if it's different. I believe the atmospheric composition of the planet is what determines the coloring of the atmosphere. This one also kind of a rusty red. So this system definitely has the cool factor of like, hey, there's some atmospherics here to land on. Get some pretty sunsets in our system. And also, they might have some biologicals. So you can see here, yeah, there's one biological, two biologicals. When there's only one biological, though, which most of these have, that's usually just bacteria. And honestly, like, I don't even take the time of day to look at bacteria, because they're like little just splotches on the ground. Just like boring textures. Like, I like tubes and stuff, right? Like, give me the giant flowers, tubes, mushrooms, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, overall, mixed bag of a system. What were you going to say there, Phil?
Yeah, you can see that they have biologicals on the system map there.
Yeah, but there's nothing like with like 7 biologicals, which would be like a teeming life-filled planet, which would definitely put the system higher up in my book. You love Kirby, she is cute. When they talk about life on gas giants, they mean bacteria and algae, not the actual creatures you can see. This is true. That's true. I'm just kidding about those little dots being giant, water-based giant creatures. But if one day, like David Braben said we would be able to, we can go down and, you know, sort of glide through the atmospheres of gas giants, perhaps visit floating cities, then I'm sure space whales would be freaking awesome. Like giant space whales swimming in gas giants, mega fauna. I'd love to see that. And space whales in general, even outside of you know, areas. You should check crime levels for future investigations. That's true. If there are mysteries in the system, then that is definitely a bonus. And if there are large criminal components, we can start busting some drug rings and such. But let's go check out Gent Orbital and see just what this station actually looks like, because every station kind of has its own unique lighting scheme. I know they all are kind of the same format and all kind of look the same, and same concourse, same everything, but the exteriors will have different textures, and the interiors can have different kind of cool looking atmosphere. So let's go give a quick land here and see just what it looks like inside. We might not even land, I just want permission to go inside. So, you know, pretty bog standard looking station, nothing crazy going on with the lighting here. It's very well lit. Some of these can be dark. And on the inside, it looks, yeah, kind of boring to be honest. None of that fun stuff that you get in like agriculture where there's like giant green pillars or... Yeah, I think this is a skip. Gent station. Or like boring gent. Mr. Uninteresting. Alright, well, we will move on to the next system. But Dangu, I would say, I don't know. I think Deweyzil was a 4 out of 5, Organa was a 6. I'd call Dangu I'd maybe downgrade Deweyzil to a 3 and call this a 4. Because there's just not that much interesting. Like, we don't have any carriers. There are a few cool names. There are definitely some installations, but... And I like Kirby Port, that's pretty cool. But neighborhood is not that great. I mean, let me put it this way. If we had to go here, fine. But I'm more hopeful of what we get to further on. So the next one we're going to check out, this one is a very unlikely one. I'll talk about why when we get there, but we're heading to the Chuk-Chan system. So let me just plug that in. How many jumps is that going to be? 3 jumps. Not too bad in this lovely Diamondback. Alright, let us begin the jumpings. And yeah, how would you check crime levels? I guess you could go into the stations and dock and go to the local news and look at bounty reports and see if, like, you know, is there a commander with a super large bounty? Hi, Ray Mobula, by the way, hello. And yeah, I guess you could also look at, like, the traffic or system ships to kind of gauge the system, but so far, the first 3 systems, Deweyzil, Regana, and Dangu, I'm like, none of them get over, I think, like a 6 out of 10 for me. And I would like the system to be like a 7 or an 8 at the very minimum in terms of like how groovy it is. Like, I could say Regana would be an okay backup system, like a 3rd choice kind of thing. Dangu, I really like the name, but I don't know, I wasn't that fond of the system. It had gas giants, but no rings. So...
No, there were rings there, yeah.
Oh, were there? Oh, shit.
Yeah, there was a Hazres and mining spots there as well. You can do Hazres mining.
Oh, so I just wasn't paying attention. What were there any good mining spots? Like any LTDs or whatever?
Well, LTDs is actually not that good, but there was Grandy Dariite in Hazres, and that's still better than LTDs.
True. Yeah, Hazres I think I would be more into than mining. Because I would rather go bounty hunting than mining. It's a much more fun way to make money.
But there's also the Hazres mining to actually go mining in the Hazres. That's a thing, you know.
What? That's actually a thing?
Yeah, because you get each rock has twice the amount of minerals in the Hazres compared to a regular rock. So.
Interesting. I did not know that.
So you can do like armed mining. That's the thing.
Oh, that's actually sounds kind of like a fun idea to do. There's like combination of bounty hunting and mining.
The trick is to stay on the outer edges of the hazardous zone where there are not so many pirates, but you still get the double bonus.
Or you could just have like one guy like shooting the asteroids with mining lasers. Everyone has collector limpets, and then just have like a fleet of people like protecting them.
Yeah, I use a Type 10 for mining, and I have guns on that, so that's kind of like an armed miner build.
That is true. So, okay, so here we are in the Chuck Chan system, and this is an interesting system that I don't think we're going to get, but I kind of want to see if we can apply for it anyway. I feel like if we could get into this system, it would be super cool, and here's why. So Chuck Chan on the surface don't look super interesting until you start going through this, and then you got Progressive Medical Laboratories, blah, 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 Ravenhook Camp, Chamitov Station. But where is it here? Probably already passed it, because there's so many things here. But I'm looking for something. Oh, here we go. Ghost Ship. Now, the Ghost Ship, of course, is none other than the Adamastor. Yes, last list of systems were all rejected. Yeah, like they rejected all 3 of our picks due to like the number of factions. So we're doing it again. That's basically it. And we're gonna get rejected probably 2 or 3 more times before we finally get it. But without perseverance, there can be no perseverance. That goes without saying. But yeah, so the Ghost Ship here is the Adamastor, which was, of course, the mega ship that kicked off the whole, I guess, Adamastor storyline, or I guess the whole, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like the whole thing where they're basically taking humans and trying to meld them into, Thargoids, and essentially the Adamastor came back on autopilot and landed in the Chuck Chan system. Now, what I find very interesting, oh yeah, and by the way, the movie Ghost Ship, I love it, but it's terrible. It's a really bad movie. But I like bad movies. But yeah, so what I find interesting about this is the Adamastor itself, the guy sort of relaying all the Galnet articles was, what was his name? Bill something. Hold on, I wrote it down somewhere. It was Benjamin Chester. And Benjamin Chester is the founder of the Wall Glass Detective Agency, and this is where he's gone to retire. So to me, it'd be interesting, given that our faction is also a detective agency, to either start or to cram ourselves into the Chuck Chan system, where the founder of a much more successful and well-reputed and well-known detective agency currently lives. That would make me feel like I'm sort of, able to weasel myself into the lore a little bit. Of course, I think the likelihood of getting this approved might be low, but it depends, because it kind of says, like, don't apply in lore-important systems. But the question is this really important? I mean, this is where the Adamastor is, but, does that mean that you can't be here? I don't know. It is a valid thing that shows up on the forum, so you can see on the web forum, it will show up as an option that you can pick. Whether or not they will accept it or not is not contingent on that, but just take a quick look at the rings. There, of course, are 2 rings, gray and white. What kind of hotspots do we have here? We have, like, nothing in the outer ring. Interesting. Paynite. Oh, that's good. Road Plum Site. I've never even heard of that. Okay. We've got more Road and Plum Site. Serendibite. They're just making up names for this stuff. Monzonite. Paynite again, but that's a very small hotspot. Paynite is always good, though. Paynite is very profitable. And then it looks like there's a Serendipite and a resource extraction site overlapping over there, so that's pretty good. But we came to see the Ghost Ship. Oh, look, I missed one. Another Rodent Plum site. What the hell is Rodent Plum site? Like rhubarb plum? They need to chill a bit. The Horsemen are looking for a new system. The description was rejected. Something about G-Spot. Yeah, I can see them probably rejecting that. Although, yeah, I do have like minor like alcoholic reference in mind, but it's like referencing like Dangus investigation will barter for Centauri Megagen. So I don't think that's like, I mean, come on, the people approving it are all British, and everyone knows that everyone in the UK is loves their alcohol. They can't fault me for that. For wanting a good glass of Centauri Megagen. So here we are, the Atomaster, the lower class science vessel. Of course, I've scanned this before, but why not? Why not just give it another quick scan? It would be kind of cool to have Dangus Investigations be in a system with, you know, a big, well-known detective agency, and with the Atomaster themselves. And yes, loot. Oh, chemical processors. If I had limpets, I would probably like go nuts here. Of course, yes, the Atomaster, a little banged up there. You can see it's had better days. Kind of smashed. Kind of on fire still. It's amazing, you know, all these centuries later and it's still on fire. Like, how much fire, oxygen, and like stuff is in there that it like can continue to. Ooh, I kind of feel like picking up mechanical scrap, just because you always need that stuff. See if there's anything here. No, it's fine. Ship log uplink I think is worth scanning here. But I don't know, I think it would be cool to be in the same system as the Atomaster, one of the famous ghost ships. The other one, of course, being the Hesperus, their sister ship. But I think the odds of getting in here are very low, just because
I bet someone's already tried it.
No, I mean, this we're gonna wonder, like, how many people actually apply for player factions, how many player factions are there. Like, I really don't have any info on that. So yeah, when you scan this, you will get a little, you know, snippet of a story here showing the logs of the Hesperus and kind of where they went. And then you'll also get a message from Salvation. Again, apparently. So, yeah, basically this guy will then say, like, you gotta check out some beacons. There are 17 of them. And then you gotta find the Hesperus. You don't have to scan any of the beacons. You can just go to the Hesperus. And then, yeah, once you do that, Salvation will start sending you random messages and slide into your DMs, even when you don't want them to. But, yeah, this is a cool location. So, I don't know. There's part of me that kind of wants to put it on the forum. Let's just take a look at the system as well. So, we do have, like, a number of gas giants. This one out here looks like it has some cool semi-transparent rings. And it's got a little moon there with some rings as well. So, tons of rings and mining spots here. This is a great system for mining. We got a few landables. Do we have any landables with atmosphere? No. Unfortunately, no, we do not. We got Ready Hub. We got Chamitov Station. That's where we can get our shipyard and all that sort of stuff. So, a pretty good candidate overall. Would have been nice to have some atmospherics in here. But, you know, if we are looking for something that has mining and has reses, then this is a pretty good thing. We also have a gas giant with water-based life. So all those pretty spots again, those little pretty blemishes. Does it not look like that's like a giant space seashell though? Like these are just giant space amoebas, like giant water-based balloons of life. Maybe, one can dream. But I would say like the Chukchan system, I would probably call it a 6 or maybe a 7 out of 10. Just because it has everything you could possibly want except for atmospheric. Unfortunately, the fact that it is a lore-based system makes it very unlikely. However, we have a backup plan. For the next system we're going to look at is Briaspati, and it's all the way over here, literally 6 light years away. So, if we can't get into Chukchan because of lore, we almost certainly could get into Briaspati, or that could be another viable option, and then just expand over there. So we'll take a look at that in a short minute. We'll also just take a look at this neighborhood. So we've got the Anapel system, we've got Kanzang, Lil Chul, Elikok. Elikok. I just said that out loud and realized what I said. The Nemahim system. Shensi. So yeah, like, you know, some stuff around here. In terms of location, we are pretty close to the old worlds in Lave and Listi, so I kind of like that. That we're sort of in old familiar territory, easy to access the rest of the bubble. If we need to hop over to Shinrada, that's like over... Where the hell is it? Somewhere in... There it is. Yeah, not too far. Not too far. Approximately 100 light years away. So they're pretty good for outfitting in terms of needing to go there. But let's check out the Briaspati system and see if that is a viable second choice. And ooh, look at that. That's a cool sunrise. It's on the other side of this planet, so we will need to warp to speed. Oh, mass locked. Yeah, of course, when you're buying these mega ships, they will mass lock. You've got to watch out for that. What Spatula? Miss Spatula, damn it! Briaspati! Briaspati! This is a fun kind of name. Yeah, destination obscurity. I get to warp through the planet. Or maybe I did. I'm sorry if I did. But yeah, we'll at least be able to maybe go to camera mode and get a nice cool shot of this system. That's cool. Oh, it just got dumb and bright. Damn you, lighting system. Kind of a cool little planet there. It looks smooth and icy. I just want to go skiing. I do like the planet shine there. Of course, Odyssey still has some weird lighting effects, right? Like things will just pop in or pop out or whatever in sort of an annoying fashion. But that's a pretty system. Do you agree? Shall we? We shall jump. So Chuck Chan I like, but I think the odds are low because of the lore. Again, it's like very vague, and I think they keep it vague on the forum just because, like, yeah, when they first rejected me and said, oh, you can't have a name in your description, that wasn't anywhere in the criteria. Like, it wasn't in the forum post, it wasn't in the rules, it wasn't in the FAQ. So when they emailed me back, they're like, here are these rules that you need to know, and I'm like, oh. And then I kind of told them that we were, you know, trying to get into certain systems, and it's like, don't even try to like pre-prep systems because there are other factors that might get you rejected that you can't see. Like if a faction's going to be expanding into a system and has like a placeholder reserved, that will count against it. So again, thanks Frontier for making this easy. Alright, so this is unexplored. We're gonna have to actually scan this, but it doesn't look like a huge system. Yeah, we've only got no gas giants here. We do have an atmospheric with biologicals, with 3 of them. So that means there's probably something interesting down there. Let's open up the old FSS and take a gander, shall we? So over here we have high metal content with 7 human locations. Okay. And over here we have an icy body with 4 human locations. And there's something else down here. Ooh, another icy body with 1 human location. A lonely little icy body. And nav beacon, there's the star. What'd you be? Probably signal source. Oh, we got something here. It is an icy body with 1 human location. So lots of like ice worlds with like 1 base, which is very backwatery. Nothing so far that's like screaming at me that like, oh, this is a great system. Except for the proximity to Chuck Chan. I think that is like, if we really, really wanted Chuck Chan, this would probably be the way we would do it, is by coming to Briaspati and then just sliding on over. Just sidling over. Okay, there is something else, but where the heck is it? There's something there, but that's a signal source. Who's that for? The Briaspati Galactic Services, encoded emissions. So yeah, see there is still a rocky body here, but maybe it must be like a binary with one of these guys I've already scanned. Unless it's like right behind that star. That's weird. Maybe it's a secret planet? Maybe we found Raxla. Can you imagine if it was just in the system? Oh, here it is, never mind. Imagine if it was in the system just over from the Adamastor. Like, everyone's so drawn to that system, but they're not going to check the system right next door. So yeah, 2 signal sources as well, right? Like, this is not going to be like a very good system for like grinding and playing and all that stuff. What up, Zakao? How you doing? So yeah, not a super compelling system. Are there any funny locations? So first of all, you have only an outpost here, Fowler Relay. But Divis
And one
installation,
plant airports. Yeah.
yeah, Divis installation on Briaspati 4 would have a shipyard. Yes, it does. So, you know, you'd have to be planet-based here. It would be a rocky start, but certainly, you know, kind of viable-ish. Got Simac Arena, so I don't know what that is, but it sounds like gladiator combat. Or we could just go there and do gladiator combat. Who cares? But yeah, in terms of settlements, there are a bunch here, so that's good. Alarcon, Psych, Argento, Biggs Drilling, Bakari. Bakari. It's like a chicken drilling operation. The Bakari. A brewer manufacturing installation, so I don't know, are they manufacturing breweries? Chabra in extraction, Chabra. Chale Chemical, Chandola Chemical, Chu Analysis Forum. We analyze choo-choo trains. Corner manufacturing base, so that's where all corners come from. Any rounded corners do not come from there, they only do square corners. Diaz Excavation, Farius Manufacturing, K Manufacturing, Osweetwee. That's a fun one to say. Osweetwee. Saisaki Prospecting, Senior Industrial Enterprise. That's where all the old people go when they can't retire. Siong Industrial, Shore Prospecting, Summer Dredging, Spark Dredging, Sugimoto, Thorardson, and Uzo and Vinit. So, yeah, I would say Briaspati is actually like maybe a 4. You know, like it's kind of a shit system on its own. But I would elevate it to a 5. Simply because of its proximity to Chukchan. And again, I would love to get into Chukchan, which, I don't know, does this system have... Systems used to have descriptions back in the day, or like some systems you will find, like if I go to Seoul, there'll be like actually a description for Seoul, right? Or like Alioth as another example. And that's kind of what I think, you know, would count as like a lore important system, is like if it had a description, like that's important. Chukchan... No, not Chuck. Chukchan. Oh, there's also Chuck Chair. And Chuck Chitan. Does not have a description. So that might mean that, like, again, if I had to, you know, put something on the forum, I'd put Chukchan. Maybe as, like, a third choice or a second choice. And if we were rejected for all of them, and we were rejected for Chukchan specifically for lore purposes, at that point, I would say, okay, then we go to Briaspati. But if I had to pick between Briaspati and Chukchan, I definitely, like, the only reason for Briaspati is that it's kind of a funny name, but Chukchan would be where I want to be. And then, of course, we could expand to Briaspati from Chukchan, or to Elicock. Or Elicock. Alright, well, anyway, so I would say Briaspati is, like, it would be like if we get rejected, it would be like a second choice in the rejected form. So, the next one on the list is Macula, the Macula system. And Macula is great because it runs a Spatula, but it is all the way over here. So yeah, we're doing a lot of bubble jumping today. Jumping all the way across. And also, by the way, like this area, close to Shinrada. This area, not so close to Shinrada. We're actually now down around... What are we around? Okay, so like on the route to the Pleiades. So the Pleiades are down here. You can tell by all the broken stations because the Thargoids are having their chomps. It is near the Dongkum system, which is a very important system because it's called Dongkum. Close to the Piktok system in Negalia. This was all part of the hunt. So I kind of like that this sort of area is easy access to the Pleiades. Not too far from Seoul. I think there are some good engineers around here. You got Kuhn over here. I don't know what's at Kuhn, but it's there if you need it. So yeah, interesting area. Go back. Go back. While you do this to me, Galmap. Let's just take a look at the surrounding neighborhood of the Macula system. So, kind of seems to be in an area that... Hold on, do I have economy? Okay, let's put economy on so we can see. So, yeah, it's not on the outskirts of the bubble. It's a little bit more in civilized space, unless you go this way. Then it really starts to thin out in the COL 285 sector. But in terms of nearby neighbors, the macula has Pokwichmichi, Hambo, Tau Tazaka. Like, I'm not going to read off these, like, HIP 7 whatever number systems. I want systems with names. The Katsur system. But, yeah, not a heck of a lot going on around here, so it is kind of isolated. Which could be a good thing. It's low security. It's a colony extraction system with a dictatorship. Only 150,000 people live here. That's like... There are places on our Earth, like cities, that have far more population than that, let alone an entire space system. So, a real backwater. So, 5 jumps to Macula. Let's start heading there. Our Diamondback will make short look at it. Hey, Brewer. Hey, Hoser, take the system. Have you grabbed anything in the sale? Do you mean, like, the Black Friday skin sale? Because, like, I already have a bunch of, like... I have, like, the Black Noir skin for, like, the Python, the Cobra. I think maybe a Federal ship. I can't remember what I have it for, but I got it in previous Black Friday sales, so I haven't got anything. Unless there's, like, new stuff on sale from Odyssey content, I'd be, like, into that. Guku Thangali. What? Thangli. Guku Thangli. Guku Thangli. That's a tough one to say. It's like, it's amazing when you think that, like, there are, like, other languages. You know, it's like you ever talk to somebody like speaking Arabic or speaking Chinese, and like they use different parts of the tongue. Like even Italian, you know, even if you're learning like Italian or whatever, you gotta like do the R thing where you go like roll up the rim to win. That sounds Scottish. In Italian, they chiaroscuro, and it's like that's like some weird tongue workout, man. Like learning other languages, you sometimes gotta learn different ways to move your tongue. I don't want a system that makes my tongue freeze up. That's why it's like, for me, like, what the system name is a pretty important criteria, just so that, like, I can pronounce it. So just passing through here, an England terminal is in this system, and the Valhalla Protection Network. The Valhalla Protection Network. That's a fun name.
Nice.
I would join them. Vikings are cool. DBX jump range is amazing now, dude. You are a pro and no deaths yet. Well, you know, other than the fact that we are in open, so it's always constantly Dangus. I haven't even been interdicted, which is interesting. But we're not doing anything necessarily dangerous, so, I mean, don't reward me for not dying when we're just jumping around. Because then it's going to go to my head, and we'll do something Dangus at the end of the stream, and then I'll die. Probably. I am trying to, like, again, what do you call it, increase my bank account as opposed to what I always do, which is the opposite, so that I can buy more cool ships. I'll probably never buy a fleet carrier because it's very unlikely I will have that much money unless they start putting some crazy, you know, $100 million missions in the game. So I really just, like, I don't have the capacity to grind. Wow, this system we're just passing through has, like, a lot of stuff. See, I do want to avoid getting into a system that's, like, this big, because then it's just, like, where do you start, right? I'd prefer, like, a smaller system that there's enough that you're not going to run into things to do. You can do everything in the game. But I don't even mind if, like, if the system doesn't have rings, but it's next to a system that has good rings, that's fine. Yeah, Loot is already preemptive F just to practice. You heard me talking about death and destruction. I mean, it might happen. Invite to Minari. Let me do that here. Oops. Where are you at? Where'd you go? There you are. Yeah, anyone else, if you want an invite, just message me in game. I will invite you to the group. Alright, one more jump to the Macula system. And we're in the Autia system with Davy Doc. Another pretty packed system. On to Macula. Spatula from Macula. See, I like saying that, right? Of course, I think I did rank this system pretty low on my Google sheet. Let's see here. Macula, dictatorship, independent. It was a low value system. It does have a shipyard, but no interesting locations, at least from what I could see on. I think I was using Inara to get the stations. All right, we have arrived. Let me just pop a squat. I mean, the scan. Well, let's see here. So we got Zing orbital. Okay, that's kind of fun. Zing. Chang extraction platform. Diao Yao Wow. Metz's inheritance. Bukinia. A lot of unexplored. Oh my, yeah, a lot of unexplored. Okay, we were gonna have to slow ourselves down. Pop open that good old scanner, and ooh, we got some heavy stuff in there. Of course, I guess, like, you know, like the lower stuff is like your signal sources. Oh, hold on. Damn it. Nope. Get out of here. Stupid interdiction. Aatrox Thor. Alright, buddy. Oh my god, okay. This one's actually a toughie. Not. NPCs are the lamest. Okay, actually, why am I having trouble with this? Like, I even got interdicted by a player and had no trouble evading it. But NPCs, it's like the easiest thing. It's like, why even try? You really don't have to submit to them if you don't want to. But yeah, so as I was saying, the spectrum analysis thing, like, you're going to find, like, transient signal sources, then you're going to find your, like, rings and asteroid clusters, then your metal-rich bodies, all the way up to your gas giants, and at the very end of the spectrum, you're going to find your black holes and sort of big, heavy Danguses there. So we got a heavy one, a heavy gas giant here. It's a big one. It is 1.1 million, no, 1.1 thousand Earth masses. Doesn't seem that big, but like, Earth is pretty big, you know? Okay, what other gas giants got here? And I do like gas giants in the system. Ooh, okay. Kind of like a taupe. It looks like Jupiter, but like, if it went to like get a sepia old Western sort of photograph with a, you know, like old couples do that, and they're like, oh, let's go to the back of a Sears and get a photo booth and put on Western hats, take a photo in sepia. That's what it looks like that gas giant did. Okay, there should be one more. Let's see how you look. Oh, another deep blue. So this one is 33 Earth masses, so a little bit on the smaller side. Okay, then what we got here? So then we got all the moons, of course. So we do have human sources, or signal sources, and geological sources. Do want to scan these so that we can know, you know, like, are there atmospheric planets or landables, stuff like that. Biologicals there. Okay, that's cool. That must have a... It does not have an atmosphere. I don't know. What has it got? Brain trees? What are some of the biologicals that you don't need an atmosphere for? I guess maybe like mollusks. Some signal sources. And we got belt clusters. Belt clusters are very rarely worth checking out. However, as we know from recent lore, Frontier actually does hide things in them. The Hesperus was discovered inside of a belt cluster. So, potentially interesting, though I'm willing to bet like 99.9% of all belt clusters have jack shit going on. Have you ever done belt cluster mining, Phil? Is it something that's viable?
Not really, no.
It's pretty tedious. So we got geologicals there. Okay, so we have fully scanned the system. Lovely. And now we can better see it. So yeah, all these gas giants do have rings, which you don't really actually see on the FSS. But that's good to know. Let's see what type of rings. Ideally, like, I don't think you actually get information until you scan them, but major reserves. Major reserves, major reserves, major reserves, and major reserves. All lovely. Okay, you actually... Oh, sorry, it's on a different screen. So icy rings, icy rings. This one has metallic and icy. Metallic are always good. That's where you can get some pretty cool stuff. Metal rich. So it could be some good rings here. So I'm kind of warming up to Macula. Again, what some of the problems are, we have Koto platform and we have Zing orbital, but none of them have shipyards. The shipyard on this would be
surface port.
Yeah, Newman Settlement, which is down on Macula 3C. Only 600 light years from the star, so that's not too bad, but you do have to land. And the services here are as such. Shipyard is there, of course. Do we have a black market? No, but there is one there, but it's suspended. So maybe that means it could be there again one day, maybe. A contractor loose throttle, the connector loose throttle stuck at 50%. So you were mining, your hostess was squeaking, opened to apply some greasy, and then your throttle got stuck at 50%. It cost you 12 million rebuy. That sounds like a Spatula move, actually. That sounds like something I would do. I want to give you an award for that. You get a Nobel Prize. But look at all this prohibited stuff. Yeah, bootleg liquor they do not permit, or onion head gamma. That's lame. So if we did land here, we'd have to very quickly destroy the law and turn this into an anarchy system. I did see something that had biologicals. Is there atmospherics that are landable? There's one. Macula 5D. It has 2 biologicals, which is not really a heck of a lot. But atmosphere looks kind of cool. It's a little greenish here. Still with a nice red tinge at sunset. Surface features look interesting on this one. And there's just a single research center. So yeah, I don't know. I'd say Macula, probably a 5. Maybe a 4. I mean, does it have any space installations?
There's a Hazros here at least.
Oh, there's Hadras. Okay, and then the Galactic Industry Administration. Yeah, and then there's Hazres, Hi-Res. So yeah, it's okay. I put it like maybe a 5. Like, definitely, I think I still like Regana a little bit better, and then Chuck Chan, I think, are better systems overall. Okay. So that's Macula. I don't think we need to spend too much time here. Like I don't know if it's worth checking out the rings, because I don't think this would be making it to the top 3. It wouldn't make it to my short list. But let's check out the next one. So the Pecolates system. Shouldn't be too far from here. Yeah, Pecolates is about 133 light years. And we're heading sort of down the opposite direction of the Pleiades to around 34 Pegasi. What happened there? I have a ship there.
This is a Kumo crew territory.
Ah, interesting. So maybe a little more appropriate for anarchy.
I approve.
We'll have some like local anarchy friends, which is always good. Dagestani, IP Day, is it like IP Nightly? Wetting the Bed by IP Nightly. Yeah, so kind of a little bit of a dumpy neighborhood. 2 vans. Like, not that many nearby systems, and it seems like a smattering, but, it is near Kumo Crew, which is cool. What else is in that area? Are there any engineers nearby? Not really. So, kind of cool to be in, like, a pirate area of space, but let's go see if there's something worthwhile in the system. We're about 3 jumps away from Pecolates. It all depends on what's in. You don't judge a system by its cover, by its system location. You judge it by the content of its character. You're imagining a condo full of rocks bumping into the space ball. You know what I would love, actually, is if you did blow up your ship, that when you rebuy, you could go back and find your corpse. And then, like, re-loot your corpse, or other people could find it and loot it as well. That'd be cool. Just find busted anacondas, and then you could hatch break them open and at least steal some of their bounty. But of course, I guess, like, your ship bumps into a rock and then it explodes violently. It's like, it doesn't matter. whether someone shoots missiles at you or whether you just like have a fender bender with an asteroid, your ship's gonna blow up. There's a little dark, lonely star here. Poor little guy. Your place has lots of biologicals. Well, I mean, if there's no biologicals in the system, we can just like keep fertilizing our yeah, with poop. Filter with pop. No, I did not filter with pop. I think population, I'd rather be on the low side, but I don't think it really matters. It's not like a criteria. The place seems okay. What are you talking about? Which system are you talking about? No large landing pad. Ooh, that's another thing. Yeah, Dark Heavy 8 did, in Valor, were, I think, adding, like, Valor added a large pad, and Dark Heavy, I think, went and looked at the shortlist. I think most of the places that we're looking at here should have a large pad already. Like, we've done the data science, we've done the research to narrow down our candidates. But if you are looking at adding a candidate, then yeah, like, look for, it can't have more than 6 factions, so if it has 7 factions, it's a no-go. It can't be permit locked, it can't be lore important, it has to have a star port. I would prefer it to have a shipyard so that, like, you know, we can bring ships there, because it'll be really annoying without. And then what were the other criterias? I think that's it. I mean, there are more, but that's what I would look for. It has to form. If it can't be put on the form, then it won't work. But here we are in Pecolates. So, of course, we got some belt clusters. I'm just going to actually slow down the ship here. We got Botego Orbital, Edward Settlement, Weinbaum Depot, Clayton Station. So we do have an Orbis here. That should have a shipyard. And Becky Galoopi Works. That's a fun name. Pecolates B cluster. So a lot more belts. We got a bunch of things here with like a lot of like planets with one settlement. Orbachev survey. Obrachev. Why is that name familiar to me? Obrachev. Where do I know that from? It might have been. Oh, I think I know where it's from. Basilica Villas. We got Socrates Memorial Center. Socrates. Duke's Exchange. Ooh. And Barbier Synthetics. So a couple of interesting locations here. Do we have gas giants with rings? No, we do not. So no mining unless you really want to go for those belt clusters. Which doesn't tell you, by the way, like these are icy, pristine reserves though. That's nice. And then metal rich. I'm kind of curious to like try see if like belt clusters are even viable. But I don't know. This looks like a pretty tight, compact system. And did we look too heavily at the galactic neighborhood here? Let's just take a quick look. Nagartha. Again, the Kumo crew we did. So I don't know. Pecolates I think is like, it's okay. Ooh, Darkhand.
It's a lot of variety here in the system, actually.
A lot of what?
Variety. You get a starport, outpost, planetary port. You get space installations, planetary installations, and other settlements.
That's true. At least there is like something, a little bit of everything, if not like a lot of one particular thing or a lot of whatever. Is there a cheap orthodontist or chiropractor? Well, that criteria we could not filter on an Excel document, unfortunately.
The starport and outpost is also really close to the main star.
That's okay. That's another point for it. How far away is it? 35 light seconds. Oh wow! So that's super close. That is definitely a boon. That makes it very good. I want to go check out Socrates. But yeah. Other things you can look for, like what are the factions called? The Confederacy of Pecolates, the Pecolates Universal Party, the Pecolates Power Corp, Ogi Mitsutsu Allied Corp, Autocracy of Pecolates, the Pecolates Purple Ring. That's your like local pirate faction. So my hope is, because we are an anarchy faction, that we push out all other anarchy factions, because, you know, we want to be the exclusive anarchy faction. So we would want to replace those Purple Ring people.
Is that a general rule for the play faction thingy?
I don't. It was no. That's just more like I don't. That wasn't like a rule that or anything I read there. It's just more that like if I was an anarchy faction, I would not want other anarchy factions there cramping my style. You know. So like.
I think most all factions, systems has a native anarchy faction in it.
Yeah. But then like we get in there and then we kill them. Because there can only be one anarchy faction as far as in this system ain't big enough for the both of us. I'm just being petty and jealous. Like that's where it's like there was a rule that I'm not sure on where it said your system government and or superpower has to align. So for example, because I'm in independent anarchy, we couldn't actually. I think like we would get rejected if we picked an empire system or a federal system, but we're kind of concerned that like. As an anarchy faction, do we have to be in an anarchy system, or can it just be independent? And I think it's okay because I think like it just means that like again, you can't put a system that like defies the lore and will create like constant civil war kind of thing. But I don't really know. They don't really explain the logic or give examples, so you kind of just have to submit it and let them reject it and then learn as you go, trial and error, which I'm fine with. That's how I learn most things. You know, like I stick my head in the oven, and then if it burns, I try it again just to make sure that, it wasn't a one-off. And then try it one more time, just to have like a nice, triangulate the data, right? And then, not to stick your head in the oven. So here we are. It's a tourist installation. The Socrates Memorial Center. And this is kind of a cool looking one. It kind of looks like a Jetsons kind of facility. I like the look of this. We'll get many of the top 1% of belugas here. It does kind of look a little bit like a station that you just can't go inside. Like I guess we can't. Is there a thing here? Tourist installation? No. Request docking? No. You cannot dock with this. Pretty cool though. I like the look of this facility. Let's just fly through the rings.
I like the blue gas giants.
Whee! Can we see it from here? Where is the blue gas giant? Nice little
yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
There it is. Oh, pretty. Yeah, that is like a nice little blue marble. Very soothing. Kind of crazy how I love the way the shadow on the top of it it's just like hanging there in space. I love space. Space is cool. Okay. Do we want to check out that station and look at the news maybe? So I think Pekalitz is okay. I think the more time I spend here, I'm like maybe a 6. Affordable rates for fantastic dates. Soul Starways, when you need to take that special someone somewhere special. I didn't know there was is this like a dating cab? It's like dating passenger ships or something? And then do you guys call them up and be like, so if the date isn't going well, will you guys drop her into the sun? Or is that frowned upon? We don't do that, sir. You gotta hire a pirate for that kind of wet work. Okay, so after this we've got the super system, the Wicula system, and Sevolitchit, and that will exhaust this list. And Minardi, where are you that you're looking? Hold on. Shipyard here. All the paths downside is the surface. The place only sells hydrogen and bio-waste. Where are you in the galaxy? Oh, you're at that Guku Thangali. See, yeah, that one's a Federation allegiance. Unfortunately, that one will not work. So it has to be independent. That's why I tell you, trust me, it took a team of Dangus strapping monkeys to typewriters for 16 hours a day for 12 days to figure out the list of appropriate systems. And even then, we still have a 60-40 chance of getting rejected. It's complex, man. And I think this is like a cool aspect of the game. I like when I went to LaveCon, I did manage to talk to a couple of developers about the background simulation, and they were generally surprised at how popular it tended to be among players. Like, they did not make Elite dangerous with the background simulation, other than to like kind of build some immersion. They didn't think people would be into it. Like, I think they probably added player minor factions as like, oh, that would be a neat thing we'll do on the side, which is why like it's a manual process through a forum and a forum post, as opposed to like in the actual, you know, thing, right? Yeah, I'm on the way to Clayton as well. But yeah, so I mean, like, I don't think they ever really. Oh, sorry, Valor. Yeah, like, yeah, apologies. Stream has started. I always forget to. I should post it in the Discord. But you know, hit the bell on the thing. That's what all the YouTube people say. I don't know how it works. Just hit the dislike button before it goes away. Dislike this stream. Ah! Okay, so that was a fun little binary. Yeah, I'm not minding Peculates. Like, I do think it's a 6. The area is cool being near pirates. And I like that there's this little binary star, but I don't think it's my number 1. I think it could be in top 3. So far, like, Regana, Chuck-chan, Peculates, and then the last system we go to are probably going to make it to the finals. But yeah, if you are just joining this little endeavor here, what we are doing is combing the bubble. We're looking through a bunch of systems that Valor so graciously data mined into a acceptable Excel list, and Dark Heavy 8 and Phil have been scouting out all week to figure out, like, where can Dangus investigations find a home in the bubble. And where the hell is that station? Oh, there he is. Just took a minute to pop in. Of course, you know, again, we have to go with, you know, there's a bunch of criteria. And so, you know, you can't just find any old system and throw your application in. You have to really pick it out. But once you get in the game, then it's just a case of, okay, now you work to expand your system as per how the background simulation supposedly works. Cool lighting here. I like this. Is a bit of a darker station. I like the darker stations over the lighter ones. What does it look like on the inside? So yeah, pretty bog standard. Nothing cool in terms of like the agricultural or like statues or tourism or stuff like that. But I mean, you're not really spending all your time inside of these stations. You know what I mean? If you are, you're not playing Dangus enough.
So but the star is really close.
That's true. It is very close to the star, and it's in a binary planet system, which looks really cool. So checking out the local news, it looks like everyone's happy here. That we can change that. Oops. Yeah, these guys are happy. These guys are happy. These guys are happy. Like, everybody's happy here. So that's cool. It must be a nice system if everybody's happy, even the pirates. Crime report. In the past 24 hours, a total of, what is that? 1.9 million bounties were issued. Top bounty is Commander Coco Banan, whose last reported location was Nanabozo. And then we have, Commander Entropulus, an unknown commander, or Commander Unknown. I don't know if that's like, yeah, last reported location unknown. So maybe he got shadow banned. Commander Big Pope, who was last seen in Madrid, and Commander Karma Lover, who was last reported in Breslau at Isola Prospect, which is, interesting enough, the only other station other than Shinrada that has like full outfitting, that you can get anything you need there. So yeah, there are some bounties here. It's not a so yeah, it is an Archon Delane system, I believe. So, you know, maybe there are some pirates that come here to bounty hunt or kill people. In the last 24 hours, an Asp Explorer, a Federal Corvette, and a Crate Phantom passed through. So not the crazy busiest system, but not like a complete desolate waste of time. In terms of contacts, there is mercenary facilities and a black market here. So
Interstellar Factor.
Black market's always good. Is there an Interstellar Factor? Where is it? Oh yeah, that's what mercenary facilities, I guess, is, yeah. So that's good. Or I guess, yeah, like that's for combat bonds, and then this one is for bounties. So I could pay off all my fines, which I never want to do because I like collecting them. They got 250 from Starstone Industries. They gave me that one for rooting through their dumpster. And look at all these bounties I've got. Actually, it wouldn't be a terrible idea to maybe pay off my Empire bounty. Weirdly enough, it says redeem. Like, I'm going to redeem myself, I guess. I got a bounty in Dangu.
I think they just copy-pasted the code.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, look at all these bounties, man. I still got a bounty in the Colonia Council for 625 bucks. But having any one of those bounties just makes you constantly get interdicted. So I should pay them off, but no, I like them. And again, you know, just like a search and rescue context, a combat bond. In terms of commodities, let's see what Pekalets has to sell. So we could buy, okay, so there's like hydrogen fuel, survival equipment, all this sort of machinery stuff, medicines. Those are sometimes useful to have. They can trade for very good in outbreak systems. A bunch of minerals. Get your lepidolite. Lepidolite, is that how you pronounce it? Lepidolite. Computer components. I can make a computer. That's where you could buy a nice graphics card. And battle weapons, as opposed to, you know, non-battle weapons. So yeah, kind of like okay, but not a crazy system. So let me just look at what they sell here. What's really in demand? Ceramic composites, demand is 1.3 million. So the buy price is not crazy. Of course, demand will shift with the sands of time. Anything else worth checking out? Do they have outfitting? Oop, we're gonna have to go down. Let's just see what their outfitting does look like. Again, for, you know, most outfitting, I'm gonna pop over to Shinrata, because really you get a discount there. Plus it's like you're all exclusive and elite. And also you have everything that you could possibly need. But, you know, if there are handy dandy swaps that you can do in this system, I mean, yeah, I could move over stuff in storage, but there's only so much you can hold in storage. So let's see here. This is also an annoying thing where, like, when you click on something, like, you'll see, like, there's, like, 3, right? You could go in here. It could be not selling it, but it's going to show you all your stored stuff. But, yeah, it looks like, okay, like, in terms of weapons, this place does sell mining stuff. It sells railguns, but only, like, a couple sizes. So, decent outfitting, but not so far so good. Could I just, like, buy and store modules? I can just look at everything, right? Okay, cool. Utility mounts. We got some stuff there. Like, yeah, it seems to go up pretty high. Core internal. Okay, so this isn't a bad system. This is pretty decent outfitting. One thing that you know, grinds my gear, or like I would like to see changed, is I don't like the fact that different systems sell, like, okay, hey, they sell everything except for like a 6C power distributor. Like, I don't like the lack of supply. I think the way it should work is that every station is Shinrata Desra, in the sense that they sell, you can buy collector limpets everywhere, at every place that has outfitting. But there are special, like, systems might specialize in certain things, and therefore you're going to get better pricing. Or, you know, if you really want to penalize people and you hate people, then have, you know, like, I'll get that part for you on special delivery. You know what I mean? We're just going to charge a surcharge for this delivery based on, like, how far it's got to travel kind of thing. But I don't like the idea that, like, oh, I found this great station and everything's great except they don't sell, like, recon limpets. So if I need recon limpets, I have to go find recon limpets. Like, just let me buy it, but for a higher cost, because the supply and demand is low. I think that's how it should work. But I don't know. So yeah, pretty decent outfitting here, though. I'm actually surprised. Like, this would be a place where you wouldn't necessarily, like, need to go to Shinrata for most things. Like, maybe just some of the top of the line gear, but they kind of have mostly everything you need. Except for fuel transfer limpets. Who needs those? Fuel rats. Cool, okay. So, decent system, Peculates. Let's get out and actually, I want to check out the concourse. You have something muted on your phone. You've had the bell set since the beginning. Ah. Yeah, you know, it's like that happens to you sometimes. Like, I'll get the bell, just like channels that I love watching, and you know, I watch them pretty regularly, and then I'll click on something else to try something else on YouTube, and then YouTube will like never naturally show me that channel again. And it's like I have to go out of my way to find channels that I used to watch a lot. It's like even though they're producing new content, it just like I don't see it there.
Hey, there's a Peter the Sleeper here. Oh my god.
No way! We found him! Peter! Hello! Wake up!
Beta times.
His name is Maurice Cash! Oh my god. We know Peter the Sleeper, he changed his name. He's disguising himself as Maurice Cash in order to not, because he was like getting disturbed. He couldn't sleep. Everyone was disturbing his sleep, so he's like, I will find a new place to sleep and I will change my identity so no one may find me. Let's take a screenshot. We found him. It is always fun to find, you know, you gotta let the sleeping commanders lie. Now, I did see a video the other day too, where apparently if you ram right there in a ship, and I think they were using a Mamba for it, you can actually get your ship to break through into the concourse, and if it touches people, it screws up the physics, and people can fall out of the station. I want to try that. I want to try that soon. It sounds like fun. So yeah, this is like a pretty generic interior. There's nothing super special about it, but I think this is a decent system. Like, I'm going to call this a 6 out of 10. Just because, you know, it's got a little bit of everything, and it's not spectacular, but it's decent. I hope
Yeah, I like it. I think it's really good. For me, it's a 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10, okay.
My favorite so far.
Yeah, I'd say like for me still like Chuck Chan would be higher just because of the lore, and I think I like that location a little bit better. But the in terms of like the actual interior of the system, I think this one rivals it. It's just kind of like, where would you go? Like if we did get a player faction here, where would we go? Oh, I get the trade lines. That's cool. Little weird rainbow stuff. Like, where would we go? What would be our goal? Because there's really nothing around here. Maybe Panjabel. What is the Panjabel system? Why do I have that drilled into my brain?
Oh, that's lore. NMLA 37.
Or is this where the Fargod
weapons manufacturing place, right?
Or wasn't this where Fargod got launched from?
Probably.
Maybe. But definitely, yeah, there's Panjabel near here and the Pegasi system, which is Kumo. So yeah, actually, like you know, the more I look at this... Well, hold on a second. What the hell is that name? Watanukam. That's an interesting long name. The more I look at this one, the more I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. So, I would definitely say Pekalitz could be... Like, if it was like Chuck Chan and Pekalitz, and Chuck Chan got rejected for lore, I'd be okay if they accepted Pekalitz. It also, like, again, like it's nearby to the green system, which is, damn it, what's the damn lockdown? Oh no, I want to look at economies. Yeah, so we've got an agriculture system, we've got an extraction system, I believe, refinery, we've got industrial nearby. So it's kind of, yeah, it's in sort of a scummy area of space. The blue is tourism, I think. Or colony agriculture, never mind. Where's the nearest high-tech system? German. Champagne! Oh, I would love a bottle of champagne. And that's only 29 light years away, so that we could expand to the champagne system. Pop a bottle of champagne. Again, it's pretty close to as well, the outskirts of the bubble. Just a couple of galactic blocks over. So yeah, I'm down with Pekalites. I like Pekalites. Alright, well, let's try the next one. There's a system called HOTAS? Really? That's fun. The next one on the list is the Supra system. So we're going to go to the Supra. All these systems now are pretty close by in this area. So yeah, Supra would be just a little bit north. What does it? Is that closer to Panjabel or further away? I think it's further away. Kind of a little bit of a dumpy area, a little bit more of a dumpy area. So I don't know. It better be good on the inside. All right, well let's try the super system. Osanti? What's Osanti? Check and make sure it's an independent system. And then, like, the question is too, will it form? The problem is, if it doesn't go on the form, you can't do nothing.
Regulate your speed until free of station perimeter.
Yeah, Peculates is a nice little, like, that's a nice, cool planet to go out and see. And then if you swing around, where'd the other one go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that looks cool. All gray and musty in the background. Alright, launch into Super Hub. When we get to Super Hub, I should have done a bio break in that station. But when we get to Super Hub, I'm going to do a little bit of a quick bio break. Because then we're going to meet our last 3 systems. Unless, yeah, we want to check out a couple others. Definitely, again, I'm like, I'd rather take my time and get it right. And, you know, even if we get rejected 40,000 times... Actually, no, that would suck. Screw Frontier for rejecting. They could come up with a such better system that would make this, like, less painful. And then they wouldn't have to reject them. Okay, so right off the bat, compromised nav beacon. That's cool. Valenzuela mining site. Yamamoto's. Pizarro. Burkhart. Garfinkel platform. That's cool. Benedetti. Didigi. Dewan. Suzuki. And then we got some unexplored. So let's pop open that old scanner and start. Okay. First you got a ping. Let's see what we got here. Are there gas giants too, right? Because there were gas giants in Peculates. Ooh, that is a cool little birthmark there. Biological signals as well. Alright. Here we have another rocky ice world with some humans and biologicals. More humans. Let's try to find that gas giant, actually. Where is gas giant? Ooh, gotta keep zooming. Ooh, okay. That is a very nice shade of blue, actually. I really like that one. Very pretty. Oh, there actually should be another gas giant around here. Yeah, there it is. Ooh, now that's a nice bright gas giant. Okay. We got some pretty gas giants in the area. In the neighborhood. Rocky Ice World. And over here we have another Rocky Ice World. So a bit boring on the planet front, but let's hold off our judgment until we've scanned everything. Like, one interesting system will tip the scales as far as I'm concerned. Or one interesting planet.
Butler Outpost.
Butter?
Butler.
Oh, Butler, like Alfred from Batman.
Yes.
That's cool.
It's a surface port.
Some good planetary textures here. Like, some of the planets look kind of neat or interesting. Like, they're not just like gray beige balls, as Obsidian calls them. The beige balls. Beige balls. I can't do a damn... I do sound like Australian ants when I try to simulate Obsidian. Beige balls, mate. Ooh, that's a cool one. It's probably a signal source. Lots of rocky ice worlds. Wow, this is like a many bodies here. Ooh, got multiple signals. icy bodies, rocky bodies, metallic bodies. It's all the same. Okay. This is just a little tedious now. Wish I could do this faster. See, it'd be super cool if you had like a Toyota Supra. It's a knockoff planet. But it would be cool if like you could do multi-crew and like have your passenger man like a turreted scanner and both be scanning as you go. I don't know, maybe you can. Maybe that is possible. Okay, we got everything. Excellent. Now we can look at it here. So yeah, wow, okay, that's a lot of little planets. We do have one with atmosphere here, and it does have probably bacteria. Lame. Oh, there's another one. Again, only one biological. Usually just means bacteria. So yeah, also the gas giants do not have rings. So no mining here. There is also no Coriolis or Orbis or whatever. There is a shipyard, however. Butler Outpost and Evans Landing. Butler is on Supra 3 and Evans Landing is on Supra 4. And then, yeah, quite a lot of settlements. Not really that many. And nothing particularly interesting here. So, yeah, I would call this maybe a 4 out of 10. Like, it's got a lot of cool planets, but, like, compared to Peculates had just, like, a little dash of more variety. Whereas this one is, like, it's just a bunch of balls. So, I don't know, Supra whatever. You saw a Supra in your local car place a few days ago with Z4, a Z42. What is a Z42? Is that like an engine? I don't know much about cars. Okay, Waikula is the next one we're going to check out. Again, just a short hop away. It's actually going a little bit higher. And look at that, it's close to the Brabi system, which is like, it's the that's actually the plural of Brabin. When you spell multiple, when there are Brabins, it's Brabi. A flock of Brabi enters the chat. Correct me if I'm wrong. If Brabin is watching right now, correct me if I'm wrong. I challenge you, Brabin. Also near the Oman system and the Nijari, we're like, we don't need no vowels. Oh yeah, we do need vowels. But like, who puts NDJ together? What language did that root from? We also got one Kappa Cygni and Kurta Moena, 10 Iota Sigma, Gonovi. What is that? Jerry Skoku, Impera 1, and again, a really weird area to be in. Now that is, you know, as we are traveling further high north, we're a little bit closer to engineers, so we got Kuhn over there. Again, this is sort of like in the area between sort of like the edge of the bubble and you know, heading towards the Pleiades, and of course you have Polaris up here. You can see Polaris there. And the further we get up, the more closer we are to like the Alliance. It's actually, this looks to be not that far from Sol, which is kind of cool if we want to visit the old home world of humanity, a little cradle of civilization. Actually, it's kind of a dump, but all right, let's try Waikula. Or actually, no, I said I was going to do a bio break, so let's find a place for a bio break. Should we go to a belt cluster? No, let's go to belt cluster. We've been talking about belt clusters all this time, so let's just pick one and go. Belt cluster 3. You've drawn my number. And I'll just park it in open in a belt cluster. And if any gankers want to find me, you will have like 5 minutes while I pee to like do what you will. Loot has his finger on the F key. Santi, I'll check it out when I get back from the bio break. I know, like, believe me, the last system we're going to check out, I saved the best for last, is the one that I think is going to be my #1 pick. And I really, really hope we get it, because I think it ticks all the bells. But, you know, you can put 3 in at once, and so I think I want to put Chuck Chan in there just to, because, like, if I get rejected on all 3, and they say Chuck Chan is an important lore system, I can use that against them and tell everyone how important that system is, because that's where Raxla is, right? Clearly. It would be funny if Roxla was located in the system as the same founder of the Wall Glass Detective Agency, and he never found it, even though it was like run under his nose. You do have the F key ready. Well, Loot has a special keyboard where he replaced all the keys with F. It's just you just have to mash the keyboard. That would be kind of like a fun gag gift. Is like a USB F pad, and it was just one big giant red button that said F. So here you are. Here you are in this lovely belt cluster, and these are like technically you can go mining here. They are like asteroids, but it's pretty sparse. Ooh, we do have some people here. Hold on. Just make sure they aren't like evil people. It's like a pack of sidewinders. I'm not too. Oh, they are evil. Criminal sidewinders, Mr. 40 Coats. I wonder if they will attack me. Probably not, because I don't think I have anything. No, cargo, waste your time. What did this little pack of sidewinders do in just like stalking a belt cluster? Like, do you really think you're gonna make profit here? But yeah, I do love these little asteroids. I wish that at some point in the future I could actually land on one and then get out and walk around in this stupid little EVA. I think it'd be cool. These little space potatoes. Alright, plant myself here. Imagine getting out of that. I mean, like, it's like, they're small, but like, not that small. Let's find a cool angle. I like the sun and the solar flare in the background. Alright, good enough. Whatever. Okay, I'm gonna throw up my bio break indicator. Look, I can move it around. Woo! I'll put it there. That's nice. Okay, so I'm gonna mute myself. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Just chill, and then we will finish off this comb over and find ourselves a home, and then actually submit it on the forum, which will be fun. I'll be right back. zipping up the volume on the microphone. Oh my god, now I'm yelling! Okay, I made it go red there. Hi, hello, I'm back. Bye, break over. How's it going? How are you, Phil?
Good, I just poured myself a beer.
Excellent. Yeah, it's weird, because now that it's winter, and it's like 3 o'clock is when the golden hour starts, and it's like 4:15 p.m. here, and like it's sunset. And I'm like, man, it gets so dark so early. But such is winter. I don't know why they don't just change the damn clocks so that we can have more daylight. I guess because then everyone have to wake up early, technically. It'd be more painful. We do it for the farmers. The farmers need light. They need the lights. They crave it. Anyway, you're all drinking Pepsi Max. Let's all go to the snack bar. Let's all go to the snack bar and get ourselves a snack. Smunk. Yep. It's a boring old rock. Alright, where are we headed? We are headed to the Wacula system. You're drinking Pepsi Max right now. I didn't know they still made Pepsi Max. Or what was it was a Pepsi Clear is the one they don't make anymore that totally failed and bombed. I had a Dr. Pepper not too long ago. It's been a while since I've had a Dr. Pepper. It's pretty refreshing and different. Energy drink here. Your wife makes tea bombs that wake you up. Iced tea with additions. Is that like a Long Island sort of addition? Long Island iced teas, those are absolutely nuts. It's like 7 or 8 different types of alcohol. Man, if you go out and start drinking Long Island iced tea, you're getting sugar and booze. You're gonna get real hyper before you crash hard. Be careful with them Long Island iced teas. But quite delicious though. For the amount of booze that are in them, they are tasty. You have no idea what Dr. Pepper tastes like. It tastes like Coke with like pepper in it. I don't know. It's a different experience. But yeah, you could put additions in anything really. I remember one time I put like scotch in the coffee. A little scotch in the coffee. Nice way to start your day. If you're getting day drunk. There was a work thing at the last company I worked for. We went to a football game in the States. Something called a tailgate party. Like, obviously I'm Canadian here, and, you know, America's a different culture, even though there are many similarities. We're not so into football. We don't really have a, you know, crazy... and by football, I mean American football, not like soccer football. Sorry, all you soccer people. We went to a tailgate party, and so we got on a bus and went to the States, and you know started drinking at 6 in the morning. I'm having scotch in my coffee. By the time we get there, everyone was already drunk. And tailgate party's pretty damn fun. I have to say, the Americans, they know how to party in a parking lot like no one else. So we are here in the Wacula system. Wacula has Young Depot, which is actually the oldest installation there, ironically. We have the Collie Arms Garrison, Dacno Formulations, Kramer Landing. Unfortunately, you know, it's like he got booed off stage and had to come to this backwater. Pizarro's Liberty. We got Bengrina Military. We do have a Dionysus Cropper. Megaships are always cool to have. The Frasier Genetics Assembly, so that they're creating carbon copies of Frasier from the show Frasier. Potter Biochemical Facility. That's where Harry Potter, his bio waste is sent for reprocessing into magic powder. Oh, we got another megaship. And then Secret Oak Harvest. So that looks like an interesting facility to check out. Bloodfell Heights as well. But that is... Ooh, so the Wacula system does have a V-star, but it is 400,000 light years away with Barva Port. And that might be where... Wang Landing. Wang Landing would be a wonderful place if it wasn't 500,000 light seconds away. So that might be like a hard no on this system just because of that, but I think it's still worthwhile checking out Secret Oak Harvest, and let's see what they are harvesting. I'm assuming it's oaks, but then would it be that secret? Be like Secret Biochemical Research Facility. Okay, it's not secret if you say what you're doing. Oh, caffeine is great. I love caffeine. It's probably my favorite drug. Like, I could not survive without coffee. I need coffee in my life. Well, some of you might be tea drinkers, and that's okay. I'll drink tea too, but I love a good old cup of coffee. Good old cup of joe. Well, we're heading over there, by the way. If anyone is looking for shows to watch, I watched the live-action Cowboy Bebop. It's fantastic. It's really, really fun. If you watch the anime, or even if you didn't watch the anime, I highly recommend the Cowboy Bebop show. Really, really cool. And what up, Nix? How you doing? Thanks for joining. Plans are currently to go. You got a ticket. Are you going? Is that a ticket for the Frontier meetup in Cambridge? I wish I could come and party with you guys. It's a bit of a journey for me, and unfortunately, I don't have a spaceship in real life. Otherwise, I'd totally go. LiveCon was a lot of fun. I'm getting to meet a lot of people I've talked to online. But, yeah, it's just a little bit of a logistics challenge to get across, an ocean. Especially in COVID times. Phil, caffeine has never had any effect on you. You don't get the caffeine hype. Do you not get jittery?
Right. Well, if I drink a lot of coffee, I get jittery and restless and, just stressed in my body, but I never get any positive effects from caffeine, like, feeling more awake. I don't get that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's more like after you become addicted to caffeine, you can't not have coffee. So it's less about the positive effects and more about the absence of the negative effects, which is like caffeine withdrawal.
But I mean, I've been drinking coffee every day at school and work, and I don't really get addicted either. I don't know.
No. So I find like if I don't have coffee in the morning, it takes me like a full 2 extra hours to wake up and become like alert. This is kind of a cool system too. It looks like it has weather, some clouds, and lots of hurricanes on this planet. Or those are like really weird mountains. Well, let's check out Secret Oak Harvest. I do like the location of this little facility, though I really think this system is like a no-go just because of that B-star is really scary. Because no one wants to travel that far. So we are like under this giant planet here. Love the cracks. Nothing like a good old crack planet. Alright, let's see what Secret Oak Harvest has to tell us. What secrets will we reveal? Caffeine, it only makes you pee more. Yeah, and then your pee smells like coffee if you drink too much of it, which is kind of scary and weird. Caffeine makes the blood vessels in your brain expand. Oh no. What? Is that what it does? That's kind of crazy. So Secret Oak Harvest, this facility, to me, it looks like a blender or like a whisker. You know what I mean? Like those two little things that go down and whisk. It's got like the double whiskers. It's got like cool satellite arrays too. Kind of a tiny little agricultural installation. It's a little grow up out here in the darkness. Just give it a nice scan. Let's see what's in it. Let's see what it's hiding in its bowels. It's like, uh-oh, that's a dead end. We can go this way. I do love these little tunnel systems. Oh, wait, hold on, there was another turn there. Let's see how deep this rabbit hole goes. And of course, a lot of these sort of like assets or whatever were CQC things. Okay, that was not a good turn. We lost our shields. Pips to shields. What's Rishton doing here? He's clean. Yeah, some of these facilities, though, you will find they have, like, satellites that you can scan for data. This one does not. Really not too much in terms of, like, stuff that you can interact with, but still a cool-looking facility. I definitely like the look of this. The green lights and trim is pretty cool. and then just like really nice background. Wait a minute, what the hell is that? Is that a ship or something on the planet? Oh, it's just a ship. I thought that might have been like a little city down there. But that's kind of a nice horizon there. It's a pretty little planet and ring. I do love these whiskers. So yeah, you can see these agricultural systems. They have like hydroponic lights set up there to simulate stars. It's like, why didn't you just build it so it was facing, you know, the star? But that's cool. I don't know what they're growing there that's so secret, but... This is by the Social Robbery Unionists. So yeah, you can see here. Okay, so actually Wallace Port, this system does have a Coriolis. Unfortunately, yeah, this B star is really putting me off. Like, I do love the idea of Wang Landing being like a cool hangout spot, but like, I don't want to travel that distance. So I don't know. I would call this maybe like, I mean, it's got rings, but all those rings are over there, except for the rings here. And actually, out of curiosity, let's see what those rings contain.
Also, Wallace Fort is orbiting a nice blue gas giant. And there's also the planetary port and some odyssey settlements.
True.
It's not too bad. I mean, the B star is bad, but you don't have to go there if you don't want to.
The problem is, like, you're gonna have to really screen the local missions to make sure that they don't send you there. Because they'll do that. I'm just gonna pop some rings here. Let's see what we have there. Are there any notable hotspots? And looks like all my probes are missing. Oh, wait, one of them died. And you have to exit them the scanner to see them. Hotspots or Hazreses would be nice, but it does not look like we have any of them here. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna call this like a 4 out of 10. Like, it's okay, but I think we have better candidates. Okay, well, I think we have what? One more system to go to? Yeah, we do. This is save the best for last, right? And the last system we'll be evaluating. Unless you guys have other systems, throw them in the chat. I know, Minari, you were working on one. Are you still out there? Although you said, I think I saw your message, and it has, like, no factions. But anyway, so this last system is Cevolitchit. And Cevolitchit is, again, further up. It's kind of, like, pretty close to Alioth. Oh, wait, what the hell? Oh, I think I just ran into the rings. Of course I did. Of course. But we are close to Alioth, which is the Alliance homeworld. Close to the Bumba system. That could be an expansion target. What is in the neighborhood of Cevolitchit? Very close to Hoduma. Quite a lot of little systems around here. 40 Draconis. Nabert. Aberokal. Watitha. Watitha. Okay, I'm not gonna try that. It's hurting my tongue. So yeah, not a crazy neighborhood. Nothing like super interesting, but location-wise, you know, sort of the top of the bubble. As you can see, like, you get a couple blocks away from Cevolitchit, and really, like, it is very outskirts of the bubble. Like, there's not that much out there. Virati is close by. What is Virati? Why do I have that bookmarked? What is in the Virati system? I don't know why.
That's the Canon home, right?
Is this
Canon research? I think, yeah, Virati is the home. I should know this, so I remember.
There is a Canon fleet carrier there, Lord Vitardi.
Yeah, it's Canon home system, I think.
Bond Hub. Okay, so being close to Canon, that's a plus. They're not a faction that I have any issues with.
Cevolitchit is also outside of power play bubble, so that's good. It means it's more quiet.
And it is a theocracy, which, like, we can turn that into an anarchy, and I think that will be fun. All right, well, let's head on over there. population of 3.7 million. So this is not like, you know, like 3.7 million in terms of a solar system is not that much, but it's not a total backwater.
Ruled by the minor faction Civilicit Virtuous Sect. That's crazy.
Space Oak must be used for Imperial bathrooms or something with Splendor. F for respect. Yeah, F is what you pay respects for when someone dies. This is like, you go to a funeral, and then they go up and they give a speech, and the guy just goes F, and then leaves. But that's cool. Okay, so we'd be pretty close to the Cannon Home system. Maybe we could get our faction there and throw the Cannon Home system into Anarchy, just to see what would happen. And we'll tell them it's just for science, and they'll be okay with it, because, like, they're totally cool with that stuff. I'm just kidding. But not really. Must have been tough getting the 4 trillion to grow 7 trees. That takes 100 years to grow. I know, right? You think, like, yeah, it's like this little agricultural base. Like, what are they really growing there? Like, that makes it worthwhile in those two little tiny domes. But alright, Suvalit shit. Now, when we get there, I think what I really liked was the interior of this system. There's, like, a lot of good stuff going on here. I never get tired of these hyperspace jumps. They change them up every so often and make them, you know, pop a little bit more. Alright, let's pop a scan. So 42 orbital bodies. It's a pretty big place. We've got belt clusters. We've got nav beacon. We've got Herbert Orbital, and Herbert is a wonderful name. Birmingham Settlement. We got Civilicit 2 as McKee Vision, Ziminensky Settlement, Coley Mineralogic, Golub Mining, Kaiser Extraction, Fairs, Uduik Chemical Workshop, Rain Dredging Reserve, Schneider Manufacturing, couple bump-kiss planets with nothing on them. Then you got Ferguson Orbital, and Ravel Square is a little facility there.
You've also got Suck Research.
Oh yeah, oh believe me, we're getting there. We got Dara Point, Grabinka, Locket's Watch, Aoki's Biosphere, like Steve Aoki, I'm sure. We do have a Hazres, which is wonderful. On the 9th planet, on the moon, we have Meng Cultivations, Sangueza, Lu or Agricultural, Villalaba Command Garrison, Bitchard Bastion. It's kind of inappropriate. More resource extraction sites. Then we've got on 9A, Lavoy Cultivation, Mayor Arms Site, Kasika's Corner Research Institution. We found corner manufacturing. This is where they research the corners. They don't build them here. They send the build orders to the other place. And then in terms of places, we have Cook Arsenal, which is one of the places that has a shipyard. And of course, our lovely Tokoso here in the chat, Tom Cook, this is his arsenal, and that could be cool. And then the Norgay base, and they are Norgay. And the Bogan Synthetics, Laboda Encampment, so again, more lobotomies. Stevens Lab, oh, good, I'm glad that Steven settled here. Kostenko, Military Barracks, Rocha's Medicines. On 9D, we have Warren Botanical, Ware Nutrial, MM's Genetics, Dykel's Biome, Raganathan Control, Almeida Command Facility, and Norgay Lab. So there's actually Norgay Base and Norgay Lab. Then there's Hughes Holdings, Vitali Synthetics Hub, Corbin Hydroponics, Perez's Foundry, Bloom Synthetics, Jury Stop, low security. Then we've got She Biological Site, Kapoor Watch, Bassett Defense Complex, Makyabua, Turi Defense Encampment, Perez Research. More resource extraction sites, including a Hazres, which is wonderful. And on Civilicit 11, we have Kozak Biochemical, Bagriani Military, Arsenal's Military Stockade, which sounds super cool. Valor's Control. It's kind of like Valor. It could be like Valor's little place. Savchuk Munitions Site, Embarga Genomics, Brains Astrophysics Forum, Anodaishi Command Garrison, Otanez Armament. There's a lot of places. Aravena, RI Research, Maida Stockade, Remy Biological, Sherlock's Arsenal. There's lots of arsenals in here. Hitchens Liberty, Sirotuk Biochemical Center, Tanner Defense, Schreiber Analytics, Thomas's Encampment, Heinrich Genetics, Einstein Center. So Einstein's got his own little installation here. Cabrera Chemical, Bonetti Chemical, Venegas, Andrews Stockade. So we got like, yeah, Steve has a research lab, Andrews has a stockade, Miranda's command, so like lots of that stuff. Zeta Moon Incorporated, that sounds cool. More resource extraction sites. Then we've got Suck Research. So, you know, head on down there, they research the suck. I suck a lot, so like they'll want to do studies on me. Bawa Landing, and by the suck, that was not on Tantra. Gorbanenko Encampment, Kakeras Munitions, Do Genetics, as in like Do Host, Chidubim Defense. Again, the list goes on. Chung Genetics. So lots of places here. We have facilities. No like carriers or anything like that, but let's take a look at the map and see how that looks. So lots of different places we can go here. We have you know, these first two planets that have their own outposts. Ferguson would probably be the main sort of place to go, although I really like Cook Orbital, which I think if we go here, Cook Arsenal is on a moon rotating this gas giant. It's right by this like bumhole shaped crater, and it has everything that you need, even a black market, which is really cool. Of course, there are prohibited stuff, but it does not prohibit bootleg alcohol, which I appreciate. That's very important to me. But also on this planet, you got Norgay Base, Laboda Encampment. So there's tons of Odyssey facilities for all sorts of different types of stuff. Steven's lab there on the terminus. And let's look at terms of rings. So we got rocky rings here, rocky and icy here, and on the far one, icy. So no metallic rings, or wait, maybe here. No, icy. So yeah, unfortunately no metallic rings, which would have been nice. And also nothing that, okay, so, and yes, we do have some landable atmospherics.
Also a ringed ammonia world.
Where? Is it the one?
Civility sheet 7.
Oh, that's ammonia?
It is indeed.
Where's this? A terrestrial ammonia world. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Doesn't have an atmosphere, though, unfortunately. But yeah, there are some interesting atmospheric landings to do. So maybe we'll go check out one of those. Check out Cook Arsenal as well. But I do love how you can kind of preview the sunset by doing this. So we got a red sunset there. Here we have a kind of greenish planet. That looks kind of cool. Greenish and blue. Another lovely red sunset. I believe that color does depend on the atmospheric composition. And another lovely red one. Okay, well I say let's go check out maybe Cook Arsenal first. See how that looks from the bar, because that's going to be very important. And also important is that everything is close to the star. Yes, another good important point, Valor, is like this one is like the first planet is 9 light seconds away. The last planet is only 2.2 light seconds. So there's nothing that's even like over 3,000 light seconds, which is pretty good in the grand scheme of things. In Elite, things can get very distant very quickly. I believe Cook Orbital was on the B. Or Cook Arsenal. We can get our crime report from there. Yeah, 674 light seconds away, and that is our ground-based shipyard. But there's also an orbit station, so that's super cool. Did someone mention my arsenal? As long as they didn't touch it. Oh, we're gonna touch it right now, Tugoso. We need triple domes. I wish triples, you could get like a little triple on your dashboard, and then like every 2 weeks another triple appears on your dashboard, and then soon your cockpit gets full of them. I swear that was a thing in like, was that not a thing in one of the old Elite games where there was like some triple reference where you could pick them up and they would, or maybe it was one of the Wing Commander games, but there was one space game where you could pick up an alien and they would start multiplying and filling up your canopy. If anyone knows what that is, please let me know, because like this is like, it just triggered some vague memory that could have been a dream. I don't know. I could be just making that up. But I feel like there was some space game where there was a triple reference. But yeah, it is a pretty busy system. I wish there were more installations, but it is cool to have an installation named after Einstein, one of the coolest scientists.
There are some Hasfers too, and this gas giant is actually quite pretty.
You're talking about, what is it, 9?
No, 10.
10, okay. Check that one too. 9 is a nice big blue. You can just do a little bit of a flyby. Actually, yeah, maybe before we land at Cook, we'll just scan up these rings and see if we do have any good hotspots. But so far, like, I think this one's probably my pick, because I think it's fun to say sublit shit. And it also... I'm going too fast. Slow down. Wait, where the hell is that going? Yeah, Minority, definitely. I'll check your place right after. Too fast for probe deployment, okay. Yeah, about that. I was motionless. Is this bugged? Maybe it's bugged? Maybe we have to get closer? Okay, getting too close, getting too close. Weird, it's like attached to like something out there. Like, I don't know what's going on. Too far for probe deployment, but I'm like, am I? Maybe I have to like actually select, okay. Sorry, you have to select the thing. My bad. So we have Monzonite, Alexandrite, and Benitoit. It's a very toit resource. Times a toit. Alright, we'll head down to Cook Harbor. We'll scan some of the other rings. If you're, although, Phil, if you are at the other star, just scan the rings and let us know if there's any, like, LGDs would be awesome. They would be wicked. Ah, there you go.
Do you like LTDs?
LGDs are very tasty. They're very expensive.
Not really, no.
No? I thought LTDs...
Voidopals and LTDs are... No, they're not good anymore.
I made a lot of money doing LTDs in Boran.
Yeah, but the price has been nerfed since then, long time ago.
Damn it. No wonder no one goes to Boran anymore. But yeah, thank you, JCB Digger. Yes, it was in the original Elite, and they were called Trumbles. I knew that it was real. I knew that it wasn't a dream.
For core mining, you probably want to have rocky rings.
Rocky rings.
Yeah, there's like 7 or 6 different core materials from Rocky that are all priced the same and pretty good price, so it's kind of a good thing to do. Or laser mining for platinum or something else.
Yeah,
but laser mining is more dependent on having good hotspots setups.
Yeah. Definitely the overlapping hotspot, like if you could find like a triple hotspot, those were just like really easy to do. Core mining is more interesting and engaging, but like it takes a while and sometimes it can get frustrating when you're not like finding core-worthy asteroids or whatever. I find the scanners a little bit like hard to use. So this is kind of a cool crater with, what do they call those lines that come out from crater? There is actually a name for them. I'm gonna look it up. There is a name for this. What are the lines around craters? They're called ejecta rays. I love that name. Science can be awesome in terms of naming things. Ejecta rays. So Cook Arsenal Hill is nestled in the ejecta rays of a massive, massive polar crater. A nice shiny surface.
By the way, Inara tells me that there has been a player faction here, but they are no longer present.
Interesting.
The Interstellar Incorporate, they left about October.
I wonder why they left. Did they leave willingly or were they kicked out?
You can see their influence going down over time, so it seems someone tanked them and made them retreat.
There's some ships on docking.
But at least it proves that you can have a mine and play a faction in the system.
So if there was one before, then there can be one again.
It was not their home system, but they were at least present, so that's a good sign.
And here we have our lovely concourse. As you get closer, I love that you can actually like see in there and like check out the bar. And everyone's just looking out the window being like, oh my god, that man's a maniac! Okay. Ooh, oh, I might be stuck. Okay, hold on. Just, oh, get away from the damn thing. Okay. Landing gear down. I think this is my docking pad. Let's get out and cook our arsenal and check it out. I do like these ground-based facilities because they have awesome views from the bar. And I do like the layout. Like I'm getting a little sick of like the Orbis station or the Coriolis layout, but I really like the layout on these ground bases a little bit better.
Hello, Commander. We are happy to have you.
There are creatures like that called flat cats in a Heinlein novel, The Rolling Stones. Just create like tribble-like creatures that like breed and breed and breed. Dude, let me turn my lights off. Got major blowout on that sign up ahead. There we go. So Cook Arsenal. In honor of Tom Cook, whose lovely music you can hear over my yammering in the background. Hopefully you can hear it okay. So far so good. I do like also how these ground-based facilities have kind of like this like carved out of rock hangers. Like they're not all metallic, they have rock walls, which I think is super cool. Adds to the ambiance. How far does it go down actually? Get a really blackout camera. Oh my god. Okay, it does go there. I thought that was like an infinite void, but no, it's just a floor. It doesn't go down that far. Just a little cargo storage area. Space janitors need to be called down to Hangar 6. Let's head to the concourse. So yeah, I mean, these concourses, again, once you've seen one, you've pretty much seen them all. Sometimes the lighting can differ. But I prefer this layout over the ones that we get on most like things. I love the shipyard kind of like being here next to the bar. It's a much bigger bar that's open, but it's all about that view. And this is a pretty good view. You can see all the landing pads for ships to come and go. I like how you have like the heat radiators like right there. And then of course these towering skyscrapers, which are really fun to climb. Maybe that's how we can end off the stream, is trying to climb a building like that. So I do love that spelunking. We got our Vista Genomics lady here.
Share with us. I'm curious to see what
We
you
got
brought
nothing
us.
for her.
Feel free to return once you've gathered.
I hope that they do add more functionality to these guys, because like right now it's just kind of like they only do one thing, which is like sell stuff. Let's see if there's any cool stuff at Pioneer, because people probably don't go to this system a
I
lot.
got the best stock in
So,
the system.
what you got stock-wise?
Good idea. Make sure you got the right suit.
Let's see, we got a level 2 Maverick suit. Don't need that.
None of these guns will let you down.
And nothing special in terms of weapons, unfortunately.
Is that everything? Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Alright, let's take a look at the crime report. Let's take a look at the local news. What's Takosa saying there? I hope they put in some ground troops in these bases, even some more places to go. Yeah, I mean, like, I hope they just keep expanding these kind of, like, what they've got now is cool, but keep it going. So you got the Subalicit Virtuous Sect status is happy. These guys have 53% influence. That is the theocracy that rules this system. We would have to take them down. Then we got the Subalicit Silver Power Partners, who didn't use vowels in partners for some reason. Then you got the Justice Party, the Clan of Subalicit, the Subalicit Gold Galactic Corp, and top local 5 bounties. Well, Commander Valor, the 2,250 credit bounty. You've been a naughty boy, Valor, and apparently no one else has a bounty in this system. So we could go out and get like a docking fine and be like the most wanted. That's pretty awesome. In the last 24 hours, 5 ships passed through the system. 2 Diamondback Explorers, probably just like passing through the bubble. A Federal Kofifi, an Asp Explorer, and a Cobra Mark III. So pretty low traffic. So that's good. We do not have interstellar factors. So that was in the one that was near the Kumo system. What does the mission board look like? So yeah, we only have like 5 factions here, which is pretty good. That increases our odds. What kind of missions could we get in this system? Valor, the terror of Sebelichit. So larcenies and salvage, retrievals, massacre missions, collection, takedown missions, shutdown missions. I like the shutdown missions because, like, oh wait, you do have to bring back the power regulator. I wish you just had to just shut down the power and you could keep the regulator, because those things are like such a pain in the ass to get. Delivery missions, the drug deals and stuff like that, so that's cool. Settlement raids, smuggling, assassination. So it seems to have a little bit of everything. Probably not absolutely everything, but close enough. No support missions. I think those are generally, people are having trouble finding like those like reactivation missions. But I like the view. It's a nice view. What's going on down there? Are those skimmers? Yeah, just got a couple skimmers chilling. But yeah, Sebelichit right now, I think that is probably my number 1. I think it ticks all the boxes. Not every single box. Maybe it's worthwhile going and check out some rings. Ooh, speaking of coffee, Anina premium coffee. I could go for a cup of that. The 2 DBXs are myself and you. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I guess on the traffic report, yeah, that would make sense. Because I am traffic. Like, it would not count me. So really, that's like three ships that passed through that weren't us. Although, Phil, are you in the Sebelichit system? Because they should have seen a beluga there, right?
I am. I'm checking out one of the atmospheric planets.
So there should be a beluga on the traffic report. There is not, though. So apparently you are in a stealth beluga, sir.
I didn't dock.
Ah, so you have to dock before it registers. Really? Okay, so it's not like what's passing through. It's really like who docked here. Interesting. In terms of commodities, what commodities do we have at Cook Arsenal? Not that much. So scrap hydrogen fuel, non-lethal weapons, and reactive armor. They will buy lots of stuff though, so that's cool. But probably not good for trading. But honestly, like, do you really want to trade? I'm not too into trading. Villeneuve. Well, Zakai, you gotta check the make sure it's an independent system, and then I'll have to check them on the forum. If they don't form, then they're not even worth looking at. But yeah, put in a list because we'll check out a couple more systems if you guys have suggestions. So yeah, you're getting takedown requests, black box missions. So it looks like there's a decent amount of missions. Missions are of course important because that is how you grow your influence with a faction. If there were like no missions, then we'd be kind of screwed. Looks like not as many missions as I see at other places, but a decent amount. Interesting, okay. A genuine pleasure, Commander Spatula Dove said. My name is Scott Yates, and I'm the manager for Sebelichit Gold Galactic Corp. Well met, Commander Spatula Dove 7. Please call me Maria LeBlanc, and I will offer you what contracts I'm able to. You don't really look like a Maria, but I mean, hey man, it's 3307. Be what you want to be, I don't care. Alright, let me just repair my structural elements. And let's go check out maybe some of the rings and just see what other kind of deposits. On this one we know we have Rocky. Yeah, this Sebelichit 10 looks very nice. Is that the one you were talking about, Phil?
The gas one? Yeah.
The one that's like brown?
Yeah, it's brown, but it's striped. Looks like a cup of coffee with, you know,
That's
milk
true.
and stuff. Nice,
Giant
white and
coffee
brown.
planet. I like coffee. Coffee planet. Forum.
More like vanilla and chocolate ice cream planets.
Oh no. Minari, Zakao, I will. I'll check your systems on the forum. Just type them in the chat, and I'll. Once we've assessed some of that shit, we'll take a look at any alternate suggestions, and I'll check them on the forum first. And if they do form, then we can look at them a little bit like through the criteria. It's kind of like, again, the way we did this was we were looking at like, let's filter 500 light years from Sol, independent, has docking ability, has a starport. It needs to have less than like 6 factions or under, and really the lower the faction the better. But like, I would be concerned if a place had no factions, because like, I think that might affect things negatively. But yeah, don't worry, because like to do it on the forum, you have to like go on the forum, find the page, register a group, then go in, log into your account, register for a faction, type out a description, all this other stuff, and then finally you get to the 3rd page, and that's where it gives you. I will show you. That's where it gives you this forum over here. So like, this is like elitedangerous.com/factions. I think is just the easy bit of it. But like, yeah, you can't even go back on this if you don't have a right system. So if I go previous, you can put in your faction stuff. I changed their description a little bit from before. That description would show up in the game under your faction, which is super cool. You can pick your government type, and then you get to this form, and that's where it's like, the forum has to accept this, because if there's nothing there, you can't even submit. So that form is like the be-all, end-all, right? So what were your systems? You put in VELNEU. So Velenu is a system that is good. What was the other one that you had? You had another one. Throw that one in the chat so I could check it. You have trouble logging into the website, probably due to your VPN. Oh yeah, and like Frontier's uber tight security, right? It is a little bit weird, but I mean, here's the thing: is at the end of the day, I will be happy to have a minor faction in the game wherever it goes. Like, it would be nice to have a fun system with stuff that I want in it, but hey, just the fact that you can put a minor faction in the game is cool. Like, as much as I rag on Frontier for their like overcomplicated systems and like they're creating quite a process around this, hey, it's given me 2 full streams of like a topic for 2 streams. I'm getting to go around, do a little bubble tourism. At the end of the day, like, it's kind of been fun to do this, and even though they don't have a great system for putting them in the game, they still have a system for doing it, right? And I'm like, that's kind of cool that even though it's a big manual process and they have to have like certain people like rejecting applications based on 700 different points of reference, they're still doing it. I'm like, that, respect for that, right? At least we get to do it in the end. And honestly, I would say I wouldn't be doing any of this if it weren't for Dark Heavy 8. Really, he was kind of been the inspiration and sort of lighting the fire to actually go through and do this. I would have just sat on it for years and years and years until the bubble filled up and no factions could be added. But Dark Heavy really was like, oh, let's do it, and kind of iron things out to a set of steps. Did all the research, found all the stuff to get that way. I just had to go fill out the forms, right? Because if I had to do it myself, I probably would have just given up. So thank you, Dark Heavy, for pushing us to this point, because we will get Dangus investigations into the game. We will. Alright, so coming in on Sevelet 10, the coffee gas giant, with beautiful icy rings. I know, it looks like they have already been scanned, because I am seeing a hotspot. Was it you, Phil?
That was me, yeah.
That's lovely that that data gets shared in the wing. That saves me a little bit of time. So it does look like there's a research, resource extraction site right on the edge of this hotspot. What type of hotspot is this, though? There's a hazardous one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is that voidables? Oh my god, a voidable hotspot. Oh, a void opal hotspot with a hazardous res in it. Is that good?
Not really.
No?
But it's no, it's not good. No.
I like it. I like void opals. I eat void opals for breakfast. There is also another void opal hotspot over this way. Unfortunately, none of them that are overlapping, but that's cool. And I really do like this gas giant. It does look like dark chocolate coffee, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty, right?
I like it, yeah. It's got a lot of little storms on it. Or little giant space creatures, as I like to pretend they are. That's cool, okay. What else can we check out in here? I think there's one more... Yeah, one more gas giant. So let's ship 13, and it has icy rings. Might as well head out there. And then we can check out some of the systems that Minari put in there. But right now, I don't know. If you had to rank them, Phil, what would you rank them? What are your favorite systems in order?
There's only really two that interested me the most, and that's Savlicit and Pecolates.
Okay.
The others are like whatever. Those are my two favorite picks.
Yeah, I think I would put Savlicit as number 1. Maybe Chuck-chan as number 2, because I just love moving in on the lore like a bitch in heat. And then Pecolates maybe as a third one. And then if like Chuck-chan, if all those get rejected, then I would probably say it would be Morgana was a good one. Ria Spati was close to Chuck-chan. And then Dangu was like, okay. I really like the name of Dangu.
The name is good, yeah. That's probably gonna be my number 3 system, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. For anyone there in the chat, definitely start putting your like how you would rank them, what you think the best to worst kind of would be, right? And then I'll check out some of these systems from Zakao. Villeneuve, Colans, that's pretty funny. Osanti and Jarawai. Want to see where they are in the galaxy. So we're heading to Savlicit 13. We're going to spike these rings. Because I really think Savlicit, I like saying that, Savlicit. Like, it's a fun name to say. And there's lots to do in this system. It's still a backwater, but it's not like a dumpy backwater. It's like a posh backwater. It's kind of like, you know, sort of like upper bourgeoisie, you know? Like, again, it's not my number 1 choice. My number 1 choice would be the Dangu system. And if not that, then something like Bumba, or like some of the other ones that we looked at. Tungus, I really liked Tungus. I really like the party system. Unfortunately, yeah, like, that's the way the cookie crumbles, right? We're late to the game. There's so many minor factions out there, and they've taken up all the good spots. But if we can get in there somewhere, then at least we can start fighting for Dangu, you know, the Dangus faction expansion. And, you know, maybe one day, maybe if it's even 5 years from now, when it's like, you know, Elite Dangerous Odyssey 2, Odyssey 23 or something like that, Odyssey update number 457, maybe we'll get back into the Dangu system. Maybe we'll be able to expand factions in different ways at some point in the future of the Dangus. But for now, you know, I think it'll just be fun to have the faction in a game and be able to, you know, essentially just play around with it, right? What else are you gonna do? Alright, I'm too fast for probe deployment. There we go. Probes away. So let's see. Rings are scanned, and we do have some hot spots. Not a heck of a lot of them, but hold on, where'd it go? Oh, you're over there. I was going the wrong way. Let's see here. Okay, so we seem to have a resource extraction site in these hotspots, which again is kind of cool because then you could. Oh yeah, another Void Opal hotspot with a resource extraction site, and then Alexandrite. But that's cool because then you could go bounty hunting / Void Opal smashing. That could be kind of fun. I'd do it. Let me just turn off my scanner because yeah, this is a pretty nice deep blue giant. Turn off my orbit lines. I could look at that all day. Oh, the other thing too is if you like the Marvel stuff, the Hawkeye show, the first 2 episodes of that got dropped, and I really enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. And also, in other TV Netflix news, the He-Man, the Kevin Smith did like a He-Man series. Apparently, I think the first season was kind of controversial. It was like so much happens in it, but the second part of it, oh my god, it's amazing. I really liked it overall. If you're a big Kevin Smith fan and follow his work, not just inside the movies, but even in comic books, the first half of that season was very, very similar to a Green Arrow, a very famous Green Arrow story that he wrote called Quiver. But yeah, part 2 was pretty damn awesome. Like, I grew up in the 80s, but I was never super nostalgic for He-Man, and I was surprised at how many damn references to things I was, like, vaguely aware of. Oh, damn it. I wondered where that ring went. I guess it just turned invisible. I have smashed into another ring system. Well, that's cool. We can kind of go down into the dark, scary rings and not die, and see how this looks. You really can't see the rock there. Like, this is kind of crazy. Like, if they didn't have night vision, this would be terrifying. Imagine if night vision was a module you had to equip.
Like in Suits?
Or like, I'm thinking like, you know, you have to equip a discovery scanner. It's like, imagine you had to outfit a night vision thing in there. And it's like, you always forget to put your night vision in and end up in a situation like this where you have to like navigate through. I wish there were a little bit more of that where like, oh yeah, your hyperdrive conks out and you have to navigate through, and your night vision busts and you have to navigate through like a little asteroid patch at night. Like environmental challenges that don't necessarily involve combat but do involve Dangus. Flip. That's fine. We got plenty of hull points, so don't worry. What is the state of the reserves in the system? Major. Okay, let me actually check that. So this one has major. This one is major. This one is major, and this one is major. So yeah, it's all major. Not as good as pristine, but not as bad as whatever shitty is. Oh crap! Hold on. What happened? Okay, be very careful. 5% hull. Apparently I smacked into an asteroid. That was probably going to happen. Oh shoot, I'm being scanned. By Randolph the Great. Okay, hold on, Randolph. Are you a pirate? I do have my shields down, I'm at like 5% hull. Another dream of riches dashed! That's right, you get out of here. Pirate scum. You're trying to pirate me in an eagle, Randolph. Randolph the not so great. See if I can actually like get him. I'm like, yeah, I want him to murder me. Well, that was close. But now here's what you do: you turn all your pips out of shields, flight assist off, Control Alt G, and you just start boosting. Okay. There you go, dude. Now you get to F me. I think. Well, what's happening? I'm not getting a rebuy screen. It's like, sorry, you have died too many times. No more rebuy for you. You are now dead. Clear save? But seriously, what's going on? Is it crashing? I can see an asteroid still there. I can't, like, bring up my menu. Okay, so apparently I have found a new form of permadeath. Literally, yeah, like, you can't even quit the game. Now it's gonna, like, you can't even task kill. The rest of your existence in Elite is just staring at the place that you died. But seriously, what's going on? Why can't I do anything? I'm gonna have to Control Alt Delete this motherfucker. Wow! Wow! I found a new bug. Yep. No escape function. Alright, I'm gonna try Alt F4. Oh god, Alt F4 didn't work. Oh god. Well, I guess that means Taskmaster's gonna come up. Alright, stand by while I reload. So that's interesting. So we literally found like a new form of death that prevents you from rebuy. All you have to do is slam into the asteroid fields with a... Oh, maybe it's because I turned off my HUD. Maybe if you turn off your HUD, you can't see the rebuy screen. I don't know. I should have tried that first. Well, no, because then you wouldn't get, like, your HUD wouldn't, like, not allow you to, like, hit the escape menu. That's fine. It's loading. Logging in. Hey, look at that. 14 freaking arcs for all that effort that I had to do there. We're not actually doing anything like any value, but I just find it funny that it's like 14 token arcs.
I think you get arcs from dying too.
You do. I remember, but like honestly, most of the streams I've been doing lately, if we did the bounty hunting stream, I would max out my entire week of, oh no, all my cartographic data! I forgot to sell it, damn it. Oh well. It's gonna put me back in Cook Arsenal, that's good. Well, that is a new one, I've never seen that. Okay, so Minari had a bunch of systems. I want to check these out. So let me just pull up the form. Where are they here? So Villeneuve does work. I'm not like super on that name, but we'll check out what it looks like. Colans. I like that because it sounds like colon. Osunti. That is a verifiable system. And the last one you had was Jerohe. That does not form. So, well, first of all, let's just restock. Pop open our gal map, and let's look at the first one, Villeneuve. So what did you like about Villeneuve? That's not too far. It is independent. So there's no other information I can pull up on this without going there, right? It's exactly 3 jumps away, but look at that last micro jump. So this is really, hold on, I want to see economy. Yeah, this is really far out there. So this one's closer to Batari. There was another system we were looking at in that area. I can't remember which one it was. Neighborhood-wide, this is literally on the edge of the bubble. Like, there are no systems. Like, it is like the lost system on the left, you know? So I find that kind of appealing. What is the population? Oh, very tiny. No state. Alright, well, let's go check it out. That'll be 3 jumps. Yeah, right now I'm thinking like Sevelichit, Chukchan, and then Pecolates. Are you guys still in a wing? Can you invite me to that wing?
Ship disengaged.
What system again?
Heading to... one second. Villeneuve. V-E-L-L-E-N-U. Fortunately, the target is obscured. What up? What up, dude? Dude, you got an Earth-like. Where'd you get an Earth-like? The Earth-like isn't really in my criteria just because, like, in my personal lore, I grew up in the deuterium mines, which were asteroid-based. You know, so I don't need to have an Earth-like system, necessarily. I always love tagging them and getting my discovered tag on them. Ocalio. Is that where your faction is? Good name, good rocks. I mean, definitely, like, having an Earth-like in the system would be a bonus, but I would rather have a black hole than an Earth-like. That would be cool. Unfortunately, I guarantee it, like, 90... If there is, like, a black hole, a system that has a black hole that could support a minor faction, it's already taken. Oh, let me get rid of this farm while we're, traveling. Oh, and then I had some guy named Fraser who was about to... the bounty hunter. Arcs from dying. Why doesn't he have a fleet carrier then? Because you can't buy a fleet carrier with arcs. You need credits for that. So you lose credits, you gain arcs. I could buy a skin for a fleet carrier that I don't own. Which would be, like, pointless. Yeah, I'll check out this system and I'll check out the colon system. The colon system, I'm more excited about the name on that one. But we have to check factions and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you can't hear Commander Minari because he's not talking. He's chatting in either the system chat or in my chat box. But it's just like the Ghost Drop guys, like Mars and Sparks. Where, like, I always get confused over who talks because, like, in their videos, Mars never talks and Sparks is the one who does the voice. But then when you watch their streaming, they both talk, or like Mars does more of the talking. And then, like, if you ever meet Mars, he's a super nice guy. He's, like, very talkative. But I like that that's their kind of shtick or whatever. Is like one of them's always, like, Mars is always in text in their videos. If you don't know Ghost Draft, check out Ghost Draft. They're, like, hands down one of my favorite elite channels. And, you know, a lot of elite creators right now, it's been tough times. It's been slogs, man. Like, there hasn't been that much in terms of elite content. I always love to create elite content, but I love to watch other content creators as well. Like the Scorpius, Turgid, Machine, who else I watch? Like Blind Pew, Ghost Draft, Yamix, Obsidian Ant, Down to Earth Astronomy. Though, like, Obsidian Ant, Yamix, and Down to Earth more do, like, news and guides, and I like the story-based content. There was a guy, was it Skooma, Commander Skoomer, who was doing, like, a deep space exploration series that I thought was really cool. That's all done now, and so, like, I'm like, oh, we need more, like, story content. Are we here? Oh my god, we're already here, okay. So, let's see what Villeneuve has to offer. So, Lukyaneko Settlement. Lots of unexplored stuff that we're going to have to FSS. Oh geez, it's a big system. Let's just take a quick look on the map. Oh, we do have lots of gas giants here. One with some very, very big atmosphere problems. Have not mapped.
No shipyard here, it seems.
There is a little outpost, but yeah, what about shipyards?
2 planetary ports, but Inara tells me no shipyards.
Which is the screen where we... Oh yeah, you have to then go into the thing. Planetary port. But yeah, I don't see shipyard. It usually is near outfitting. Where was the other one? Stone Depot. I do like the name of that one. The Stone Depot. It's like Home Depot, but Stone Depot. What do you guys sell? Duh. Oh yeah, no shipyard. So yeah, I don't know. No shipyard is a little bit. They do have interstellar factors, but then, like, yeah, like we would need a fleet carrier to get a fleet here. So, what was the other system? Colons. That makes me laugh, so I like that. Okay, so very close, only one jump away, and equally as backwatery, like literally like another like last stop on the left system where there's like nothing after it. I find that cool. Okay. What area of space is this, by the way? Like, where am I in general? Oh, we're out there, yeah. So yeah, this is real boonies, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I don't mind being in the boonies. It actually gives us some advantages in terms of like, Colons is a bit dry, only ice balls. Your colon's a bit dry. Well, sir, you gotta drink more water. How about an enema?
Seems to also lack a shipyard.
Yeah, that would be kind of a deal breaker, just because like I don't want to have to like have a home system and then have my fleet like in the system next door kind of thing. But also, like, you know, again, like, you gotta look at number of factions and all that sort of lovely jazz. So, Colons has Schiltberger platform. That's a fun name. Gerlach Dock. Painter's Biome. Finch Settlement. Thacker. Croft. Bibu. Arnett Holdings. Heck Beacon. That's fun. I like Heck Beacon. No gas giants, no rings. It does have a couple atmospherics with one biological. Do we got two biologicals? We got four biologicals. No, just maximum of one, which is going to be your nasty L bacteria, which I don't want no bacteria. So if this one doesn't have a shipyard, let's check it out. Yeah, planetary port, it says. But then it's like, you kind of need a shipyard for it to be sort of like a port. I guess not. It's got a dock. You just don't sell ships, but... what's the other one? Finch. Finch Settlement. What you got for me? What you got? I got no shipyard. Yeah. So I'm gonna rule out Colons. You said there was one more? Kaleo. Why did YouTube asterisk out the V word? Yeah, why did it? What was that? Let me just check this on the forum. Kaleo does forum. Okay. How far away is it?
Kaleo has 7 factions.
Ah, so that's a no-go. Yeah, see, it's like that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a hard one, right? We'll go there anyway. We'll meet up with Minari there. We can end the stream in the Kaleo system. But yeah, I think it's still, to me, it's the order is hold on, let me pull up my notes. Sevelichit as number 1. Chuck Chan, knowing that we probably won't get it, as a number 2, and if we get it, great. If not, whatever. And then number 3, I would probably say Pecalates. Like,
I agree.
Pecalates is a pretty good one. So if you got, like, so yeah, I would say, like, unless there's a really, really good system, like, throw it in the chat, I'll check it out, but we're gonna submit at the end of the stream. And like, yeah, it's like, it's insane just, like, the criteria for this. Like, I wish it was just as simple as, like, one factor, right? Like, the system can't be permit locked. Anything else goes. If there's another player faction, that's fine, whatever. But I'm sure that, like, again, like, from what I gather is I don't think they designed the VGS to support this kind of gameplay. They just sort of tacked on after, and people really are into it, so they allow it, right? So I'm not mad at Frontier. I just think that, like, you know, again, there could be a better way to do this. There could be more engagement and more inclusion too, right? The fact this is really hard probably puts off a lot of people. Like, number 1, you even have to, like, to create a player group, you have to have, like, a minimum number of people that are playing with you, right? Which, don't tell Frontier, but I don't even think I'm at that number, because they, like, it has to be, like, 10. Like, I don't think we have, like, 10 people that would be... Like, I mean, maybe, like, people will jump in, but, like, 10 is a lot of people. Alright, so we're here in the Kaleo system. Let's see, we got Block Plant. That's a fun name. Martinez Platform. Moorcock Beacon. Okay, I know that I've looked at this system before because that name stands out to me. Or maybe there was just another place called Moorcock. Yeah, I think it was like Moorcock Vision. Moorcock in my butt. What? Okay, what else we got here? Gowers, Juan, Giuliani, Yamamoto, Vinit Heights. Awolowo. I love that name. Awolowo. With Sarah Ibanez. Oh, that's cool. Like guitars.
There was also Moorcock and Tungus.
Moorcock and Tungus. Yes, that's right. Babangida. Babangida. I can't even say that. Batterham. Kazari's Respite. Quinn's Anchor. Botman. This is a pretty... I like the names in this system. Hold on. Did I miss one? Dovbush. Nakajima. It does have resource extraction sites. Okay. Sharpie, Charbonnier, Shore. Suck. Wait, there's another Suck Research Institution? Oh my god. How many places are researching Suck right now? Mystic Vines Surgery. That sounds like crystal-based healing or some shit like that. Delgado's Biological, Shin Stops, Gibbs Chase. Pretty decent system. Okay. How many factions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's too many factions. And doesn't even have a shipyard. Because that is a deal breaker. That block plant is not probably going to have one. Nope. Yeah, they actually don't have any service. Yeah, so unfortunately, Kaleo, well, a nice system, and it does have also, it looks like an Earth-like. Suitable for water-based life. Okay, is that a water world then? Outdoor world with human breathable atmosphere and indigenous life. Where does it say if it's an Earth-like? Is that an Earth-like or a water world?
It's an Earth-like.
Okay. Like, I like this system. I like this wrinkly brown gas giant. It looks like an old gas giant near the end of its days. It does have rings in here. There's some atmospheric planets. But yeah, unfortunately, the faction thing is a deal breaker, and then there's no shipyard. So we won't be putting in Kaleo, unfortunately. And what are you saying? Good name, good rocks. 9 is Earth-like. Ah, yeah, okay, so that is an Earth-like. Well, let's go look at the Earth-like, because they're always pretty to look at. And that's where we can end our stream. We'll fill out the form while gazing over a beautiful Earth-like world. Can't get much better than that. Oh, wait, you said you landed on Auctioneer Rock. Where is that? Is that one of the outposts? Where you be? I can't see your wig signal. Your wig signal. Or I think you're in a different station or a different system, aren't you?
Me?
Oh no, it's for Minari. I thought it was here, but yeah, no, I want to look at it. Earth-likes are pretty. That's the one thing I always love about sci-fi is the idea that there are like other Earth-like worlds out there. I would love to land on like a different Earth with a different continental structure, but like everything else is the same. Which is basically every plot of the original Star Trek series. I've been rewatching Star Trek and it's just like, yes, like there were literally 2 episodes where they're like, wow, this planet is remarkably similar to Earth, like the same diameter, the same atmospheric composition. In fact, it's got a humanoid race on it, and the only difference is that the Roman Empire didn't die, and now it's like the modern age, but the Romans. And it's like, and then 2 episodes later, they're like, yeah, we found another Earth-like that's like exactly the same. Just coincidence. Like, you find so many of them. You could tell that there were some episodes of Star Trek where, like, literally it must have been written in a sense of, like, someone walked in, they're like, hey, I have access to, like, these Roman pillars. We could do, like, a Roman episode. Well, that's all we got. Okay, well, what if it was, like, Romans in, like, normal times, so we could just shoot with, like, cars and then, like, the Roman pillars in the background. Done! Write the script. I was watching YTP earlier. YouTube porn? Is that what that means? And landed on auctioneer wrap. Is like auctioneer wrap like a channel? Oh, what the hell is the name of that channel? But there's someone that's doing like little animated elite skits that I find really funny. I'd have to dig up the thing, but if you know what I'm talking about, they're like just really funny like cartoons that are like no more than 30 seconds long and touch on like really fun like elite jokes. Oh my god, it's a really good channel. Really enjoying it. I'll have to find the name of that one because I can't remember it off the top of my head. It's just like, you know, you like and subscribe and then they start popping up in your feed and they're amazing. Alright, I think we're just going to do a quick stop here. Like a really fast stop. by smashing into the planet. Alright, so let me get a nice angle outside. So yeah, you can see we're kind of over this planet's ocean. But there's some land masses over there that are very different from Earth. It looks like the Great Lakes. Well, that's fun. I love this. This is just like a nice, beautiful contrast of like the beautiful red diamondback and this beautiful blue planet. Oops. How do I gain ship controls? And then there we go. Let's point down at the planet. Eventually we will run into a lovely invisible barrier that exists on all planets. It does not allow you to crash. Because this, you know, it's just how things work in the future. Wait, what the hell? Who's shooting me? Is that you, Phil?
Not me.
The chieftain, what the hell? Oh, is there a damn bounty hunter after me? You son of a bitch. Or maybe he's trying to prevent me from smashing into the planet by killing me first. He's got like one laser? A chieftain with one laser? Are you kidding me? You know what? I don't care if I get a volunteer. I'm not really equipped for combat, but let's give it a shot. I was trying to get some beautiful sceneries here, and you ruined everything. So you know what? I have a beam laser and missiles, and they're all dumbfire. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, so far so good. This guy's a bit slow compared to my Diamondback. Inky Grenade, you son of a bitch. I like how I'm not getting fines either. Oh, this guy's wanted. Wait, how is he wanted? So this bounty hunter started attacking me, and that made him wanted? What? How the hell does crime and punishment actually work? This makes no sense. Okay, there's some weapons. Oh, I think he has a friend with him too. That's fine. This guy is like not a threat. Quote unquote deadly, right? This is the most pathetic attempt at a bounty hunter that I've ever seen. Which again, may I reiterate, if you have not watched Cowboy Bebop, give it a shot. It's about space bounty hunters. It's awesome. Okay, my shields are down, but his will be soon. And then I've got a special surprise for you. Hey, Yankee, hold still so I can missile your butt. Oh, damn it. He evaded those missiles. Everything is dumbfire, so, like, it's like... There we go. Got a nice hit. How do you like that? Oh, damn it. Crime response. I'm not wanted, though. He's wanted. What is going on? Why is he attacking me? This is Jerkmon. I think I've taken out his drives. Now you're mine. Sucker. Oh, yeah, chafe. That'll help you. Oh, damn you and your shields. So this guy really is like stuck there. Okay, the cops are helping me, so obviously I'm in the right here. This guy is a full idiot. I wonder, if you break NPC's canopies, do they run out of oxygen? He appears to be falling towards the planet. It's actually really far away from me now. Sir? You're gonna hit the exclusion zone. Sir? I just wanted to teach you a lesson. I didn't mean to murder you. Okay, but seriously, what is going on here? He's so far away from me. Because I guess he lost his drives, and so now he's plummeting towards the atmosphere. But like, wait a minute. Am I already on the exclusion zone? You can usually tell because, yeah, like instead of drifting forward, I'm kind of drifting to the side. So this guy's actually, he's fallen down to the planet. We just actually like took out his drives and the gravity got sucked him down to the planet itself. That's amazing. That's amazing. I didn't know that would happen. Yeah, I'm at the exclusion zone because like, yeah, you can see here like I'm not able to drop down. Like you see also like, look at the distance of how far away he is, right? Like I'm not making any progress and he's not getting further apart. So he's well past the exclusion zone. I'm 12 megameters away from you. So maybe somehow I got past it. But you can see like see the speed lines or whatever they're called? They're just like frozen in space. Like, we have gotten into glitch territory. You ever see speed lines freeze like that? It is kind of cool. It looks like a Matrix shot almost, right? Welcome to bullet time. Welcome to bullet time. But yeah, poor guy. We just like crashed him into the ocean. If he had died up here, he would have just rebought and gone to a station. But now, like, who knows if insurance even covers it when you disappear into the ocean. They'll never find him. That's what you get for attacking me. It's his fault, not mine. But yeah, another thing you can notice, you hit the exclusion zone, you're going to see your engine trails basically in front of you. So even though you boost, same thing happens when you kind of get too close to a black hole. It just really, like, I don't know, screws up the physics or whatever. Anyway, well, with that said, let's pull up the old forum, and I think, yeah, unless anyone has any last-minute things, I think, yeah, because I'm pretty tired at this point. I want to get some food in me soon, so I think it is time to submit the factions. So we're going to start with Sevelichit. I think that is a good all-around system. It's in a good location. It is decent stuff, good factions. Pretty happy with the name on there. It's got Cook Arsenal, two Norgays, and like what was the other one? It was Suck Research, right? So we'll be able to learn all the secrets of Suck. And then Chuck Chan, I think, was another decent system. We're probably not going to get it because of lore, but if they tell me that Sevelichit is rejected and then I get accepted there, I'll actually be happier than Sevelichit for lore purposes, even though I think Sevelichit is a better system. And then finally, I think Peculates is another good one. So we'll throw Peculates in, and there we have it. Sevelichit, Chuck Chan, and Peculates. If anyone has any ideas, comments, questions, now is the time, because once I hit submit, I can't edit, and then the fates will decide. Phil, you good with these?
Sounds very good.
All right.
I approve.
Okay, we're doing it. I'm gonna hit submit in 3, 2, 1. Oh, and it'll be like, you waited too long. Please confirm form, resubmit. Oh, son of a bitch. It did do this last time too, didn't it? Okay, we are going to reload. Go back in, log in. And yeah. CXZ faction rejected. What a horrible thing to see. All selected systems are currently unplayable. Please reply with alternative choices. Faction reason none. So that was for the party in Dangus. I did change the description. Let me just copy pasta that from my notepad. I'll read it. Dangus Investigations is a mystery detection agency that tackles the cases that no one would bother with. In secrets so dark, they make empty space look like a pulsar. Known to employ somewhat unorthodox methods and allowing barter for Centauri Megagen, the agency has a positive track record on case results, but a mixed relationship with galactic authorities. Caution is advised. And we are an independent anarchy faction, and... Alright, I have to copy and paste all this stuff all over again. That's fine. Sevalitchit. Verified. Chuck Chan. Verified. And Pecolates. Or Pecolates. Alright. In 3, 2, 1. Submit. It is done. Wait, what? It is done. Yes, so now we are pending. So, Frontier was pretty quick about it before. It only took like 4 or 5 days or so. So we should know probably by the end of next week whether or not we were successful, or if we got rejected again, then we'll have to go back to square one and find more places. That's certainly a possibility, but I have a feeling, I have a good feeling about this. Or wait, I have a bad feeling about this. Which is the one from Star Wars? Okay, I think it'll work out. But if it doesn't, whatever, we'll try again. In any case, I do appreciate everyone sticking around for this stream and going through us as we comb the bubbles. I think this was, we had to do it twice. Maybe we'll have to do it a third time. But I think in the process, we've looked at some cool systems, right? And, that's kind of like exploration anyway, right? Like a little bubble exploration. We found a new way of dying that crashes the game. We've frozen the speed lines and put them into suspended animation, which is awesome. And I don't know, I enjoyed my time today. So thank you guys for joining. I'm going to sign off now. I'm going to wish you all 07 a happy Thanksgiving weekend if you're in the US. If you're not, then you can still eat turkey. It's delicious. And, go eat food and then barf and pass out. Whatever you want to do on your weekend. But just make sure that you do it Dangus. And with that, if I was outside, I would give you a nice little hand salute. But I will see you guys next week on Saturday. I'll, again, stream around like 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but that can fluctuate. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye. End.